Hello.
We are live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
You're back. It's been like 2.5 months, but you're
Has
back.
Has it really been that
Really?
long?
That was
Yeah.
fast.
You were here mid-November?
Wow.
Why does
That
time
honestly blows my
fly?
mind.
I know. It feels like it was just last month.
It does. It certainly
Wow.
does.
So
That's what happens when you get old.
Mhm.
Time goes
Bailey
at
is
warp
already
speed.
here.
There are many people already here.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Oh, I gotta get
Oh,
online.
like both of them are here?
Oh,
It's so good to see you both.
Hello, hello. David's
Oh,
tea
very
sleigh
nice.
ride. Ooh.
Oh, I still have a little
Howdy.
bit of that left
Yes.
upstairs.
Great job last night, Lori, says Liz.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Thank you very much, Liz.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. We had a great time.
Did you think that last pen was going to go for as much as it did?
I did
Oh,
not.
That was so crazy.
I mean, I
It was a
knew
good
because that's
pen.
what the show started at, but like I kept updating, and as I saw Vegas nights just keep getting more and more expensive, I was like, this is wild. That is just the nature of auctions and live sales. You just never know what direction things are going to go in. And that was just crazy. My guess, and I wrote this on the reel that Vanessa posted today, I really believe that when you see something get bumped up that high, it's like between two people and they're just like battling it out, and they raise the price on each other. And then one of them just
yeah, but
F's out.
$900, and if that's a pen that's going to be in the, that's going to be coming out possibly.
Oh,
I
Brian
just
actually said that was not. So I don't know
oh,
why
okay.
okay,
it
so
was
it's
in the
good.
write-up. Thank you, Summer Pearls.
Summer
I
Pearls. What a
appreciate it.
lovely
Thank
name.
you. Hey, Shannon.
Lori
Thank
did
you.
amazing.
The big thing is for a steel nib.
But I mean, I guess they could upgrade it for a couple. I mean, you've already spent $900.
Yeah,
It's another
again.
Yeah.
$250. Get a gold nib.
I would
Yeah.
love to know the story behind that. I mean, is this somebody who got engaged in Vegas at night, or like, is there some meaning behind it?
Who
I
are
don't
they?
know.
Who are they? Are they like some secretly rich millionaire or billionaire? Maybe. What if it's Elon Musk and he had to have that pen? He was
I
oh,
will
hell
say
yeah.
this could be an Elon Musk thing. Somebody approached Brian and wanted to buy all of them before the show.
Are you serious?
Ooh.
No.
Maybe it was Elon. No,
No.
Man,
I'm just joking.
so Elon Musk. What?
No, wait.
I don't
Is
think it's
anyone in the chat someone who bought something yesterday? I
That's
know.
a great
I'd
question.
like to know.
Yeah, I would like
Also, I'm realizing we never clarified what we're talking about. We are discussing the Esterbrook prototype sale. For those that were not in the know this week or did not care,
How
we're
could you not
discussing the
know?
Esterbrook prototype sale.
Yeah.
We had a live auction on a platform called Whatnot. And yes, I should have ran to Mexico.
You could have traded them for drugs.
Right? Maybe something to keep me awake tonight. So afterwards, my husband was in Boston and he's like, if it's too late, don't feel like you have to drive to Boston. And I'm like, honestly, after these shows, my adrenaline is like through the roof. I'm like, I'm not going to settle down for at least 2 hours after the show, and I know that. So I will drive to Boston because it will give me something to do.
Right. Yeah, to kind of come down from that high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that was not like anything I've ever experienced in the fashion world, like with my thrifted $10 t-shirts.
That's quite a difference, right?
So Sherry's we sold 95 out of the 100. Because that's like a big deal on Whatnot is if you have a sellout. So I was really hoping that would be a sellout, but no, we sold 95 out of 100 though. So
I mean, it's still that's
and if you go into
selling
Esterbrook's
95.
website today, they're sold out of everything except like the 14 karat gold journaler's nib, which makes the pen $595. I think they have the push one, but all of the regular SDs are sold out. And Atlas, their extra fines have sold out.
that's interesting.
And I think Gold Spot's extra fines are sold out too, which is weird. Maybe they just have
extra fine.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't actually. I might be wrong. I didn't ever see the extra fines in stock on Gold Spot.
You did not ever see it, so maybe they didn't get
No,
any.
I don't think
Hmm.
Gold Spot, or if they got them, they might have only got one, but they were never actually in stock on the website.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
What do you know about Atlas? Is it the same for Atlas, I
I
wonder?
don't know about Atlas. I was having a discussion about Tom about stuff, and so I was on Gold Spot today a bunch,
Okay. Yeah.
and last night.
You know, I'm
Well, I
kind
know
of
Brian
thinking,
did say a lot of
oh,
the vendors
sorry.
had, I'm sorry, a lot of the vendors had asked for a certain amount, like they asked for 80 and he could only give them 40. So maybe
Okay.
they decided to not take the extra fine, or the extra fine weren't available. I mean, I feel like Esterbrook can put whatever nibs on them. So if the retailers wanted a certain nib, I don't know. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Well, he made it pretty clear that that pen is extremely limited, you know? So, but I was just going to say, I think the guy that bought, or girl, whoever you are, the person, whoever got the Vegas Nights
Yeah.
for $900, I think Esterbrook should just give them a gold nib with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do. Because,
They-
I mean, they paid a premium for that.
I also hope that person is somebody who makes videos on YouTube, and we get to see content on that pen.
Yes.
I just want to say,
I really
want to
want
know who
to
it
see
is.
content on that pen.
I just want to know who it is.
I have a question. You guys wanted to purchase any of those prototypes or not? Were you interested in giving it a chance? Oh, I'm going to get that one.
The only one I liked was the Fantasia, and
The fantasy.
Same.
the Fantasy, and it went for
$730.
Yeah, it was like the second top selling. But I really enjoyed that Kyoto. I would have liked to have had. I thought that was a really pretty pen. So
That was really lovely.
I really like that one. It would be nice if Esterbrook pushes that one out as another edition or something.
I don't think I swear somewhere in the chat, Brian's like, we're not making fantasy.
What is wrong with him?
Maybe they'll do some version of it. Maybe like, I don't know. It was just, I'm not a huge purple person, but like I love Winter Rain from, I love the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Winter Rain. I love that like milky, lighter purple. And that kind of reminded me of that with some sparkles. So it really was beautiful.
Yeah.
What about you, Kari? Was there one that you liked a lot?
Oh,
I feel like you like bolder colors.
all the
She's a
purple.
bold lady.
I am a bold lady. You have to see my pen today after.
Okay.
I'm excited.
No, it's I wanted to see the purple pen. So that pen that you're talking about, that was my top.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I like all of those. I was like, oh my God, that's so good. But you know, when you bet on something and it goes the price really, really high, it's just incredible to see all this chaos.
I feel like it would have been really exciting if we had started it at $5 for the show, because that would have been
interesting.
It's really exciting when you in on the women's fashion stuff. Sometimes we'll do dollar starts where like $5 or $1, it really doesn't matter. Like when it's something like that, it's going to shoot up so fast. We almost should have said dollar start. But when you see it go up so fast in 30 seconds, it is just so awesome. It's really fun. But I wonder if they would have sold that high if it were live, or if just having it in advance actually jacked the price up even more.
Wow.
I don't know. That's really hard to say, because somebody had, they had time to kind of think about it and watch it. So, I mean, it was like a whole 24 hours.
Yeah, they went live on Tuesday morning, so more than 24 hours.
Yeah, so I don't think they would have sold as high, to be honest with you.
You never know, because like some people can really bid high on an impulse purchase.
Well, that's why I kept saying bid responsibly.
I know. You're not responsible for your actions.
I don't, because there's a lot of buyer's remorse on this app and in live sales in general. And I got feedback from people, and I'm with them. They're like, live sales just stress me out. I won't be participating in this. Like, I can't afford to. And I mean, I think you just have to enjoy it for what it is. And if it's out of your budget, then you just have to tap out and realize, you can appreciate something that's beautiful and not own it. And it's a pen. It's not that deep. I always say it's not that deep. It's a pen. You know what
It's
I mean?
just- yeah, it's just a pen.
Yeah,
um,
but it's a limited pen.
They should do an Esterbrook sticker for this to promote the show.
Ooh,
Bid responsibly,
bid responsibly.
right?
Yes,
Like
That
that
sounds like
should be
something
that should be
our
a
graphic
thing.
designers, our artists here, all of you could work on. That would be fun.
That would be so cool. And I have to know, Marina, are you in a closet?
Yes.
Where are you?
This is my special closet. Wait.
It's
So
my
I have
special
my
closet.
desk, and that's
Okay.
it's like a cubby.
Oh, for the acoustics.
Well, that's why I was like, she's like in this.
I love it. It's my favorite thing. That's how you know I worked for a weird company that had these.
That's
They
really
made
fun.
a cubby.
Yeah, I worked for a tech company once, and they
Oh,
had
okay.
these weird little, cabins, like the privacy cabins.
Did they
Sure.
go and like do a build out in everybody's homes?
No. It was like a work in the office, but like I had my dad over to help me build this. Yeah, and I had this super premium Schumacher wallpaper, and I
love
only
the
had a
wallpaper.
little bit.
it's like
And I
a
was
reading nook.
It's
And
It
that sounds
is.
like, what am I gonna do with just like one roll of it? And I was like, I have a closet. I can make a thing that I remember from work. So here we
That
are.
is
That is
ingenious.
hilarious.
I love that. Very, very nice.
Mhm.
So,
Kari,
yes.
we already told you, but Alexandra and I had a bit of a idea, mostly Alexandra. We could do a running sports like commentary next time the bidding is happening.
Oh, that would be
Like,
so
here we are.
great. Oh, gosh, that would be awesome.
We were doing it back and forth. I was the only one watching. Marina didn't have it up on her phone. And so I'm doing the full commentary for Marina last night over live stream to each other.
That would be
That is
you guys-
awesome.
You guys have to do that.
And at
You
about
have to
10
do it.
number 4, we went, oh, we should be streaming this.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. Oh my God. Maybe, so
That would've
next
been
time,
so
do it
funny.
for next time. That would be so
Funny.
hilarious.
Well, the issue is Wednesdays. We already have our guests lined up for Wednesdays
Oh,
going
that's-
forward. I know.
But
Damn
not
it.
next week.
Not next week.
Not
But
next week.
the week after, we already have our guests lined up.
Oh, wow. Well, everybody, I just want to let you know that Ben Kemper is here. He just announced himself.
He did.
Hello, hello.
On his new channel that he announced during his 20 questions.
Yes.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh my
Water perfect.
goodness.
I love it. What was I just going to ask? I can't remember.
I
Hold
was
on,
going
hold
to
on, I
ask-
will read your mind.
Oh, we were talking about sports
Yeah, I
commentary
can't.
on the Esterbrook show.
Oh, what I was going to say is when we started talking about the auctions,
Yeah.
we were initially, there was a lot of back and forth on the team, whether or not to do all 8 at one show.
Oh,
And I actually was a fan of spreading it out between, because this is it. There are no more. I mean, those prototypes were not created for Whatnot. They had them at Esterbrook, and then we joined Whatnot, and we were like, what could we do that would be exciting? And Brian was like, well, I have these like prototypes. I'm like, okay, like, and that's kind of how the conversation started, more or less. But we opted to go for all 8, but now I feel like, so next week is going to be the SD core line. So where this week was such hype, like the re-release of a very limited edition pen, and then 8 of these prototypes, and it was our first show. I mean, we had 435 people in the room at one point.
What?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
Yeah, and we
amazing.
averaged about
Wow.
250. So I know that Whatnot pushed notifications out about our show. So they kind of did a little advertising for us at 8:05. So I think we had a big influx of like non-pen people come into the show to check it out, which was really nice. But we want to think of ways to include non-pen people. So like maybe to do more of an instructional thing, like how do you fill a pen, and what do the different nib sizes look like? And I'm trying to figure out how we can do face-to-face like we did last night, but also maybe have the capability of switching to an overhead, because I've seen Whatnot shows done where people don't show their face. but I'm kind of a face-to-face
I was
person.
going to say, well, I couldn't imagine you just doing that with your hands and not seeing your face.
No, I mean, at least to do an introduction, even if we then switch the camera, but I'm sure somebody could walk me through the technology to do it, but I've never done a Whatnot show that way. But so I'm wondering what next week's crowd will look like, because it's not all the hype of the prototypes, which I mean, that was very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll come up with something. And then they did the giveaway. They did the the Nouveau Blue as a giveaway, which was kind of nice.
If you do the thing where you switch to your hands handling the stuff, you have to do it QVC style. You got to bring the ruler out. You've got to bring everything out, and you have to, you know what I'm talking about. And if there was like a rotating thing, something that it'll rotate the product on. It's
yes.
Yeah. Like it has to be done like that. Otherwise, I'm not watching.
This is so funny. This is my ruler. My father-in-law used to be a color matcher. He had like a plastic company, and my husband and all of his siblings went to like a Catholic school growing up, and this is God's rules for God. And this is like 40 years old, and this is my ruler that I have right now. It's got the 10 commandments on it.
That's awesome.
Aww.
Isn't that funny? Is QVC still around?
I think you can order from them online, but I have no idea if they still do the whole. The only reason why I know about QVC and HSN is because my mom used to watch it.
Okay.
And buy stuff off of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they're still around. I think I have one girlfriend who still like keeps it on like in the background at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know which one. Home shopping is definitely I am certain of it.
Apparently they're still on TV, and they've got a streaming channel on Samsung.
They definitely do. There's this one brand called Lori Goldstein Fashion.
Okay.
And I know for certain that's like a QVC brand, like it's sold. I don't know if it's exclusively on there, but like if I find it thrifting and I'm looking for like pricing and comps, like what to sell it for, it leads me back to QVC. Also, Barefoot Dreams stuff is sold on QVC, I believe. And my grandmother was a hoarder of QVC stuff. I think there's a lot of hoarders who were really into QVC. Atomic Elf says that some Whatnot sellers do picture in picture.
Oh, that could be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
To have like, showing what was going on. See, I think I just have to like mess around and figure it out. But yeah, I hope people come back. It is nice to show the pens up close and have like a different view on it than the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There is something about the live and your approach, Lori, also, I think it was a success. It's a good collaboration. It's a very lovely collaboration.
Yeah. Well, Lori's very, not just outgoing, but very relatable. You know what I mean? Like, it's like she's your friend. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here? Okay. But I mean, like,
I get that sometimes on my YouTube
very friendly.
channel, not, just what you like. You'll see the mess in back of my house. Like I'm not always, I don't have like the perfect aesthetic going on or anything. I think I just put it all out there. The weight loss medication, the dogs, the kids. Like I just put it out there. Like that's what everybody else is dealing with.
That's
stuff,
right.
People.
I don't know. I kind of want a cubby like Marina, so I could just sit in this.
Yeah,
box.
What's that game show where they're in the cubes? Is it like
that's what
I'm talking about?
Yes.
Or the Brady Bunch. We look like we're approaching Brady Bunch status where we can like look across.
I know, like
so that was the thing on Saturday, is not realizing which way I had to point when I was indicating people, and like pointing one direction, going, "Oh no, they're the other way."
It's gotta be the opposite. So
the opposite of what
you would do.
But at least up is up. We got that.
Yeah.
That's so
Someone's
funny.
asking about my closet. Oh no.
Are they really? Is there anything else in that cubby, Marina?
Well, yeah. All my sketchbooks.
There's hangers.
Yeah.
All of my sketchbooks are up there and whatnot. So
How cool! It's like
very cool.
It's like a little cottage in your room.
Now, do you like flip it? You turn it around. Is there like a desktop and you can just kind of work in there as well, or do you always face out?
I mean, it's really, really close to my.
Oh, that's
table.
really cool.
That is
Oh,
cool.
very lovely.
Yeah.
Very,
So
very
I
good.
needed something like that. I have my studio equipment on the other side, so it's very packed for a small room.
So cool.
Marina, are you the knitter of your sweater? And Lori, there's a suggestion
No.
of you to ask on Whatnot.
No,
you.
is the
Ask
answer.
Dawn Morning. Thank you so much. I will write that down. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh, but thank you. It's Christy Dawn sweater.
Oh, President sweater. I
Is
love
that
it.
from QVC by any chance?
Definitely not.
No. Okay.
Christy
So-
Dawn.
Vanessa always love. I love your comment.
Oh.
It's like just on time. Very nice.
You have mentioned that
Oh, I
next week
have-
is core SD colors. Do you want to run people through what are considered to be core SD colors?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yes,
What
that
is
is a great question. So I sent them, they were trying to figure out what they needed to send me. So the tortoise is part of the core line.
Mm.
The
Mhm.
black with the gold, which I don't think I realized that, just the solid black SD.
Mhm.
Nouveau blue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sea
Nouveau Blue.
glass, which is one they're sending me. I didn't have sea glass. That
Scarlet?
Nouveau blue.
Scarlet would be part of it. Is that the
Nouveau
Scarlet,
Blue.
It's
so
not.
is
Scarlet's
that-
been discontinued as of September. Scarlet is
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
because I'm sitting here going,
That's one.
I only have one of the core line, and the only one I have is
Mm.
no longer part of the core line because mine is from the last run
Wow.
of 50 they did.
I thought that
Wow.
Scarlet was doing really well.
I love Scarlet too. I
Yeah,
wish
me
I had
too.
gotten that.
That was my first one.
So
How surprising.
there are a couple of the European stores that still have them in stock.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're
That
gone.
is crazy.
That is
Wow.
crazy. That's a pretty one.
Honeycomb is part of
Honeycomb.
it.
Yes.
Honeycomb.
Honeycomb, yeah, honeycombs. Damn those
So
dogs.
tortoise, black,
Botanical
honeycomb.
Gardens.
Mm.
Which Botanical Garden. Yep,
Yeah.
that's one of the core.
I love Botanical Garden. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was like, don't you want to add Jurassic to the core line and just send that to me? No.
So I was planning on getting Botanical Garden, and then
That's a nice one.
Justin
I
and
love
Liz
that
at Scriptus said, Scarlet's being discontinued, and I went, well, I guess I'm not getting Botanical Garden.
Good. It's good.
Get
that you
Botanical
said
Garden
that.
another time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just. That really surprises me about Scarlet. I had no idea.
Botanical Garden was my first SD that I
Mm.
Oh,
bought
yeah?
at Fountain Pen Hospital in New York. Yeah.
That's-
Mine
that's
was
really special.
honeycomb. The honeycomb was my first one.
Honeycomb
so
was my
pretty.
first one as well.
Yeah, it was so popular during that time, and I was writing with sepia colors only, and
Oh,
was
okay,
pretty.
yeah. So you needed a
Perfect.
honeycomb for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah. Then I changed. Now I have like a lighter sepia, but
Yeah. My
Mhm.
honeycomb is so old, but it's like one of the first Esterbrooks that they pushed out.
Mm.
The
Like the
honeycomb
OG.
I don't know how old mine is, but the one that I bought at
cool.
the Munson pop-up when the Commonwealth Pen Show was canceled. So it wasn't this year. Last year they did a pop-up at a church in Munson, Mass. It was really like honky tonk, and
Really?
there it was just small, and it was mostly vintage people. And then I happened to go into this room. I didn't plan on buying a pen because I had just gotten back from Orlando, and I went crazy there. That was my first pen show and all that stuff. So I didn't plan on buying anything. And I bought one vintage pen from, who's that guy? Mike. He's got the big beard.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mike Daigle.
Mad Mercantile.
Yes, Mad Mercantile.
Yes. I
Mike,
had met him in Orlando and he was really sweet. And
He's so nice.
my best friend.
he was just informative. He shared a lot of information very freely about vintage pens, but I wasn't there. So I bought one from him, but then I was walking out, this older gentleman, I think he runs the Boston Pen Club. His name's Sydney, I believe. Old,
I think.
I think in his 70s, maybe. He had the honeycomb with, ironically, the converter and an Esterbrook, a vintage Esterbrook nib, and he sold the whole deal for $90, which was
Shoot,
really
that's a
good.
steal.
Really
That's-
good. So it had an
that's real
extra
good.
fine nib, but then I got the converter. So that's what the deal is with the core next week. And I misspoke because I was reading our notes from a previous meeting. They're actually going to charge, I think, $1 because just so they can make it so that people can choose the vintage Esterbrook nib that they want with their adapter.
Wow.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
instead of saying just you're going to get one with purchase, we haven't ironed out how they're going to do that. But I think the proposal was to charge $1 and you're going to get the adapter and an Esterbrook vintage nib with your modern pen. So, and it's a $50 value.
Ooh.
Liz's first Esty was a lilac.
Oh,
I'm
Yes, I love it.
Liz, you're local if you got it at Bob Slate's. That's where I got my Rocky Top. And I think they don't have an online store. So I think they get stock and it just sits there. And I saw Rocky Top and I went back 2 times before I bought it. And I could not stop thinking about it.
Yeah, so that's the deal with
Get it.
Toronto Pen
She's like
Shop,
dreaming about it.
is that Toronto Pen Shop he's better now, but originally about 70% of his inventory wasn't online. And he still had punches in stock.
Oh.
Wow.
Like into January, he had punches in stock. I think there might still be a couple on the website.
Bob Slate has no online presence. And I've mentioned it to him a couple times and they're like, wow, they like bark. We're not doing it. It's too much work. It's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm just saying you have this incredible store here. And I think that, I think like 70% of pen sales are online.
Yeah,
I think so too.
That their sales would go through the roof because you kind of walk up, it's in Harvard Square in Cambridge, and then you walk up the steps, and to the right is all stationery, and to the left is mostly pen stuff.
I need to go.
It's awesome.
They're probably just too comfortable with the way things are.
They're just very old school.
And if they're making good sales,
yeah,
what's the point of them being online?
right.
But I feel like they aren't. I feel like they might be struggling a little bit. But
Yeah,
they
no,
just
they
did
definitely
Pelican Hub. They were lovely.
No, that was a limited. Raven's limited. Yeah.
Raven is not part of the core.
No.
It's
Do they still have that?
There are a couple hanging around places.
Okay.
I don't know that they're still on the Esterbrook site, but I do know they're hanging around on a couple people shops.
Yeah. The Raven, that's a good one. I like that all black.
So Winter White is also not part of the lineup.
Winter White was limited edition.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how many do we have? We have the black, we have the tortoise, honeycomb, botanical garden, and nouveau blue. 5.
And sea glass.
I want to say, sea glass. I want to say there's another one, but I can't.
Sea glass? No.
Sea glass is.
Sea glass.
Sea glasses.
Petrified Forest is not.
No, that was limited. I can't think of. It just seems like there's more core pens that.
Out of my brain,
I will read out every Esty on the page, and we can figure it out this way.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll hold the finger up. Tortoise is Liz.
Yeah, Blue
ahead,
Moon is
Alexandra.
not. Apparently, if you want a Raven, they're still on Esterbrook.
Okay.
Botanical Garden.
Okay.
Nouveau Blue. Sea Glass. Honeycomb. Ebony Black. Tortoise.
6.
Only 6.
Oh,
Look, I can count.
Though if you want
High
Raven
five, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, ready? And
High 5.
Well done.
If you want Raven or Winter White, they're still on the website.
I wouldn't mind having a Winter White. I do like that one.
They sold really well at Scriptus this year.
I bet.
Oh.
I was really excited when that came out for some reason. And
everybody was. I think it's because we had the scoop on it. So it made it just personal and exciting.
I don't know how they do it. They make you like so excited over like the Raven.
The same pen, different color.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it. They totally drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I know.
But there are some people that like black, there is the Black Pen Society and
that's right.
Esterbrook it's very much a funky kind of a acrylic, beautiful designs and everything, but the black was to please this other crowd, the black pen.
Yeah, the black pen.
And just like it came out
Society.
around Halloween, and they had the
Oh, it was
Raven
perfect. And then
artwork with it,
And then they had the Raven blotter paper and the pen.
and that was the first push thing too. That was the first.
Yes, that was the
button.
first
So I
one
think
with the
that
button.
created some
Right.
hype.
They
too.
had
And
the
it was a
paper-
matte finish.
Yeah, the paper
Yeah.
border was fantastic with the design. It was gorgeous.
The black
Yeah.
nib.
the
Yes.
logs. Yeah.
And also, I don't know if y'all noticed, but sometimes that the material that the Raven's made out of it kind of turns kind of a ashy.
That happened to me.
I know how to solve it.
What? Olive
some-
oil?
Yes.
For real?
Yes, I put I buff a tiny little bit of cuticle oil, almond oil into it, and it helps. Yeah,
That's a good tip.
yeah, because mine did it too, and I was just like, I had moisturized my cuticles, and I accidentally got some of the oil on the pen, so I buffed it in, and I was like, okay, so I put oil all over it.
Yeah, shined right
And
out.
buffed it in, yeah. So and it like saved it from looking ashy.
That's
Yeah.
Oil
so
your pens.
The
Yeah.
Italians think olive oil is like the answer to everything.
Yeah. No, it's like skincare.
They're
Yeah.
not wrong.
Yeah, it's like, hey, J-Lo swears that's
About
all
the-
she
the olive
uses.
oil. She has a line with olive oil.
She says that's all she uses, olive oil. That's why she hasn't aged.
Really?
That's what she says. That's what
Good
she
tip.
says.
When I look at women in Hollywood now, I just think they either have a good plastic surgeon or a bad one. Like, and I feel like
Same.
J-Lo has a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good one. Like
That's-
they're
yeah.
doing it in all the right places because she doesn't have that face, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the alien face
Mhm.
with the big lips.
My grandmother-in-law, so she was an actress. She's 95. She's about to turn 95. And she tells me stories how she was interviewing all the surgeons before her plastic surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Just to make sure that she got the right.
I'm going to talk for my surgeon.
And she's like, till this day, she's like, I don't use anything. I had the surgery. She's like, I use soap.
I use ivory. I slap on that Irish Spring all over my skin.
That
With
is
a good
too
lather.
funny. Wow.
So we briefly touched on the Esterbrook button filler.
Mhm.
Who has one? If so, do you like them?
I have one, and I love it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
And that's
I don't
do.
have.
It's
I have
actually
this
very
advantage.
easy. Okay, so and it's weird. I get a lot of questions on Instagram. People write in. They say, "Dear Vanessa." Yes.
Dear Vanessa.
I hope
Dear Vanessa, how do you like that button filler? Is it hard to fill up or clean? And I'm like, I love it because it's easy to clean, but it doesn't hold a lot of ink. No, it really is easy to clean though, because you just take it and you know how a piston fill, you're like twist, 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 twist over and over again, right? Until you get it all out. But the button filler, you just hold it like with a cup of water and just sit there and do the button fill until it runs clean. And that's it. It's the easiest.
What do you have yours in, Vanessa?
What do you mean? What do I have it in?
Which pen has the button fill?
Just this one.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Beautiful.
Back to the land.
I don't
Dear
know.
Vanessa, I have a question.
Yes. How can I help
I need
you?
to investigate. Mine's in my Raven. I don't think my back to
So the
land
question
has-
is, I know that the nibs are interchangeable in the regular ones. Is it the same case for the button fill or?
Yeah, they're the same.
Different.
That's what.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're the same standard nibs.
Standard.
I was about to say, I can answer
yeah.
this question.
Did you have to change a nib recently?
I guess I do have
I had
two.
to change them at Scriptus.
Oh,
All you
okay,
have to
yeah, she
remember-
would know.
The feeds are not interchangeable. The nibs are.
Okay.
So you just unscrew the housing, right? Like
Yeah.
and that's basically.
And
So,
that's
so the housing and the feed have to stay with whatever one has a piston. The metal nib itself can be swapped.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you just need a grip to pull it out and replace. And okay, that's not horrible.
Nope.
That's
I had no idea this was a button fill.
Oh,
Wait a
you
minute.
never put
How
ink
are
in
you
it.
filling it with ink? How did you put ink in it?
I just kind of set it and forget it. I put saddle brown in here or something like that, and I really loved it. This is my Scooby-Doo pen.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
But I knew the Raven was.
Yeah, my Raven is just a regular. I just have a regular Raven. But yeah, I wouldn't mind another. If I had to get another pen, Esterbrook, I would opt for a button filler. I mean, I'm not even sure what the price difference is between a regular and a button filler.
Enough to make me not buy it.
$50, I think.
Is it only a $50 difference?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Is it only
Shannon is emphasizing my point. The housing is different.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
I only learned it because we were swapping nibs, and then I accidentally the wrong nib ended up in one of my Esterbrook pens when we were swapping nibs at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I was having issues a couple weeks later with a pen leaking, and I sent a picture to Esterbrook, and they were like, "That's not the right housing for that pen," and I went, "Great."
Oh no.
You're like, bonus, thank you.
Bonus, I have a housing for a pen I can't use.
Hey, but one day
the right nib.
you should sell it. You should sell it.
Yeah. I have a question about the body of the pen. Do you prefer the oversized or you prefer the regular size?
Regular
for me.
I'm gonna go with regular. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
about
have
you,
both.
Carrie?
Let's say if we put in comparison here, so you can see the different size. It's not a huge difference.
Not really, but when you're writing with the oversized,
Yes.
you can feel it. Like it's,
You know what
it
it
feels
is? I
girthier.
have Vanessa's Candy. This is the only oversized that I have.
Oh, okay.
And I think for me, it's more the step down. I don't know. There's something about the metal right here that's not as comfortable as, I don't know.
Okay.
Right? Because you don't have that in the regular size.
No.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more.
What I like about the oversized is because I don't cut my pens, the weight is just perfect for my writing.
That's nice.
Yeah,
It has a little
I can see that.
that the other one doesn't. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm asking if you like more the regular size or the
That's
Well, I don't post my caps even with the regular size, to be honest with you. I just like a nice light pen. You know, I don't want to feel all the weight when I'm writing, and
yeah.
you know, sometimes with its posted, it's just too much pen. Too much pen.
This is a good pen.
That's a good
Oh,
pen.
Yeah.
I love
It's
this
one of my
one.
favorites.
So good. So question, I think this is the only one that has exactly the same nibs, right? With Esterbrook.
Yeah.
I
They
think
use
so.
they use the same nibs as Estes and the
Okay.
same feeds
Okay.
and housings, so you can just switch them interchangeably.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's nice.
That is
It's good to
nice.
know. That's a model I don't have, and that's a model I would
Very
love.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I do
nice.
like the JR models. They're very nice pens. And
Yeah.
You'd be able to
Charisse,
post those too, Kari.
Charisse, I like the Cosmic Wine as well. It's
Yes.
Yeah.
that's a pretty one. That is
Is
a
that
really
a
pretty
store
one.
exclusive someplace right now?
What, the Cosmic Wine?
Yeah.
No, that one was
Oh,
a
the
special
JR, no.
a special one that came out probably 2 or 3 years ago with
Is it
Betty
Chalet?
Soldi was involved with that one.
Okay.
She's an Italian
Yeah, Betty Soldi, she's Italian artist.
yeah, she's just
lettering.
she has a very
Yes.
distinctive calligraphy.
Yes. I think
Yeah,
she's
she's, yeah.
Oh, I know her. Yeah. Mhm.
And she's so
It's the one that
cool.
designed. the
Yes,
one-
that's what that's
beautiful.
after. That's her. That's her calligraphy on there.
Oh, that's very cool.
Oh, you got to follow her account. She is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I think I have a crush on her.
Ah,
She's just so creative and just so cool, and
Yeah.
just
yeah.
she has
She's,
such a
she's
presence.
a bomb. I think she's Italian, English Italian, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
One
She has
day
the
she
most
posted a
gorgeous
video.
house.
Yeah. One day she posted a video where she put the
The
font
rose.
inside the wine. And
Oh,
she-
okay. But
she-
she's she's very experimental. She'll dip like a
Ah.
flower in ink and
Alzolari?
write with the
Is that
flower.
who you're talking about?
Who?
What's her last name?
Betty-
Soldi,
Betty
SOLDI.
I'm looking at Barbara.
I love it because her last name means money in Italian.
Does it really? Oh, that is so badass, man.
Oh, Betty Soldi.
Yes, her.
I'm following her.
She's
Okay.
great.
Yes.
She's really, and she has a book.
Very great.
It's
Yeah.
I have it somewhere. It's a good book.
I'm gonna send you
Oh, yeah,
guys
she's
a
very
video
cool.
of her
She's very
walkthrough
cool.
through her house. Like it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also has I think she and her partner have a oh, come on. No.
Fun.
This isn't your show.
Oh,
It's not my show either.
Hi, honey.
Just cooked you dinner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She cooked me dinner.
Watch how you talk to me.
Oh,
Keep it warm.
yeah.
That was awfully sweet.
I made salmon, Brussels sprouts, and that bread.
Oh, sweet. Love you.
Nice.
That's so cool.
That's what kids are good for.
So we got a message from my daughter today. I'm like kind of having a sad day because she's in Spain right now and she loves it so much. And she got into graduate school at Northeastern for speech and language. And she deferred a year to go live in Spain. And she messaged Northeastern today and withdrew her thing. And she's staying in Spain another year.
Oh, she must be loving it.
Just loves it. I mean, I can't. She's 23. You know,
I
what am
can't
gonna
blame
do?
her.
I don't
can't
blame her.
blame
I'm
her.
just sad. I
Gosh.
just like, so now I don't know because you need a master's to do speech and language.
Lumpy.
But Northeastern,
Lumpy.
where did he go? Do you see?
Lumpy. Hey, it's me.
Oh,
It's so
Hey.
cool.
Come here, big fella.
no.
So cute.
Close as you get.
I am president of the Lumpy fan club.
Yes.
All right. Are we going to answer this question about the JR? Will
I
Esterbrook ever feature
Okay.
them?
Feature
Oh.
them how? In the
This one,
I think
don't
people are
know.
talking about the fact that SD's get a whole lot of promotion
Mm-hmm.
and JR's and Model
Well, it
J.
seems like they're
don't.
stepping away from the JR size and they're moving on to the J, the Model
Yeah.
J.
yeah,
So because they discontinued their whole
small mini.
the tropical color, that was done a while ago. So
did
I
that do
think
well? I mean,
I don't know if they did as well. It has a smaller nib. I
Yeah.
personally, I still have mine, but I personally, I don't like the smaller nib on it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the one that's like cappuccino or pumpkin spice, is that a JR?
I think
So
that's a
they
JR.
did-
I think that was Jay.
No, they did that in both. They did
Oh,
the
did they?
Capri, they did pumpkin
Oh.
spice, and they did cappuccino in both sizes
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
of J and JR.
So
Okay.
that's one that I have my eye on, but I think it's probably gone now.
I don't know. I mean,
I haven't
maybe
paid
if
attention.
I
might
think
go
Gold
find it
Spot
somewhere.
still has all of them in stock
Hmm.
in
okay.
the like sort of
Pumpkin latte.
opalescent colorway.
Pumpkin latte,
Pumpkin
that's
latte.
what it's called. Summer pearls.
Thank you so much.
Summer pearls.
Ooh.
On Whatnot, perhaps, I can ask them about it. What I've proposed for Whatnot is, because Esterbrook doesn't discount their stuff, but they don't really have like an entry level pen. They don't have a $50, $60 pen to offer.
No.
And we're trying to break into the market of other people on Whatnot who may not be ready to buy a $175 pen, even though we know that that's not even like the high end ish. Well, I mean, it is, but it's,
Right.
but they don't have an offering. So I said, could we bring some of the Schaefers over, like some of the other pens that
That's-
Kenro has? Because I think like
Yeah.
the coffee pen would do very well.
Oh, yeah. And that's a good,
Yeah,
that
coffee.
one's priced very nice. And there's,
Absolutely.
I think there's
people
two
would be
coffee pens. There's
excited.
one
Yeah.
that's around 50, and then there's one that's like closer to
35.
Yeah, it's like way lower. That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
But I think they want to keep it Esterbrook focused for a bit.
Okay.
But I think there are some of those. I don't know. We're just looking into how we can maybe have some offerings.
yeah.
Um,
That's I had that Schaefer.
different
I mean,
price
on
point.
Whatnot, that could be really interesting.
that would fly.
Yeah.
I would, to see that. And last night during the auction, the broadcast, I saw there were non-pen people on there saying, "What do you do with these expensive pens?"
Huh.
And I wrote back, I said, well, I personally enjoy throwing them at dartboards, playing darts with my pens. I don't know if they saw it or not, but it was just like,
the chat was going so fast.
Oh my God.
It was going so fast. It was
So
like,
hard to watch.
it was just so crazy. It was blowing my damn mind. I was like, what?
Or some people that put them in the snow, who I know.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was great.
Very nice.
I argue that we have feet of snow outside and I get to enjoy it however I wish to. And if that involves putting my glacier in the snow, it involves putting my glacier in the snow.
We had snow for like one day.
So the pile at the end of our street, Vanessa, is 15 feet tall. The pile in the grocery store parking lot is 20 feet tall and 30 feet wide.
I don't know how y'all live that. Like today, it was a nice balmy 73 degrees. Sun was out and the big puffy clouds were in the sky. So
yeah,
I mean but don't be jealous because in the summertime it's boiling hot here.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
I hit this point in the winter, and I'm speaking to the choir, to my Canadian friends.
I was going to say all these other ladies.
But I'm just
not
like,
me,
I
Vanessa.
I question if it's ever going to be spring. I'm like, I don't think it's ever going to be warm again. Like, it gets in my head.
So
that's my
I can't remember a time that I wasn't cold.
Well, when you come to Dallas, you'll see it.
We've just had our 19th snow day since November 29th. We have had 19 snow days.
So when do they get out of school?
How do you live?
At this moment, they still get out of school at the same time. Will that still be the case?
Yeah.
In a couple weeks? Who knows? Because in all of December, apparently kids went to school 7 days in the entire month.
Oh, wow.
I mean, good for them.
I mean, if I were a kid, I'd be like, yeah, woohoo. But how are they going to learn?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
You know, I mean, are they going to come out and end up being a bunch of idiots? I mean, they got to go to school.
I feel like it's been tricky since COVID. I mean, I think it's just been hard to complete a week. I feel it's like, I know with Jay in his office, they've been like pushing to try to get people to come back. Like people were revolting when they said 3 days a week, and now they're 4 days. Or maybe they're still 3 days. Just got to rip off the Band-Aid.
I mean, there's a good thing to it. You know, people kind of had this quality of life in a way, saw their kids more.
Yeah.
I saw weird people just like sitting in their cars. I remember that, just like passing by and people sitting in like imitating that they're driving to work.
What?
Wow.
Wow. Like walking by.
They just needed a break from their family.
That's the only reason why I would go hide in the closet and stuff from my kids.
Well, I mean, during COVID, there was like, it was 24/7, you know?
Yeah, it was way too much contact with my family.
Yeah.
We had fun. We did like themed dinners. We did like a Harry Potter themed dinner with
your
the
house
kids.
sounds very your
house sounds like more fun.
Yeah. You have like more fun. You're like more like,
I don't know.
La-di-da.
We do have fun with stuff. But like Anthony turned 21, and that's where Tiki J was born, was when
Tiki
Anthony
J.
turned 21. And we went into lockdown like March, right? And then Anthony turned 21 April 14th. So it was like the heart of lockdown. And we threw him a tiki party, and then that kind of sent us. And then we had like a Star Wars party, and they got really into all of their themes. And we had a Stranger Things party. We served like Eggo waffles, and like it was really fun.
That's so a lot of fun. That's nice. We were like at each other's throats. So I was like, get away from me.
We were too. We were too, for sure.
That's crazy. No, going back to me, I teach, and here they don't cancel in my province. They never cancel. It has to be like probably the same amount as Alexandra's
19 feet.
No, to cancel. But we have the coldest weather this week. We got minus 30 Celsius.
What? Wait, what is that in Fahrenheit?
What is that in Fahrenheit?
I don't know.
Because I'm very illiterate in Celsius.
All I know is that minus 40 and minus 40 are the same thing.
Okay.
All that matters.
Kari, how is it for you coming from Argentina? Like, what What is it compared to what you're used to?
Yeah,
Does it give you
difference.
kind of more depression, or like how does it feel?
I don't have seasonal depression. I don't. I just come inside. I go to work and then I do activities. I keep myself busy.
That's good.
So there is no seasonal depression.
Yeah.
But I know lots of people here that they will say, "Oh, the winter, I cannot go out," and they will start feeling this anxiety around winter. And I do like spring. I do like summer, but the winter is necessary. I like the 4 seasons much than heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's good. What was difficult was driving in the snow, you know. You have to,
Oh, I imagine that was like
yeah.
a big
It
learning
took me
curve.
2 hours today. 2 hours of my time to come back from work.
No.
How far are you from work?
Well, I am about 60 kilometers away.
Okay, what is that in miles?
Okay, so just
So-
to update, 30 degrees Celsius, negative
let's
30
convert.
degrees Celsius is negative 22 Fahrenheit.
Okay, that sounds really
That's
frigid.
freaking cold.
Yeah.
That
Right?
is very
And
frigid.
kilometers and miles. Don't ask me.
That's what I'm sorry, my brain just doesn't compute
I've
math.
got a calculator.
Okay.
Is that right? Fact
I have a
checking,
calculator
Vanessa.
too, but it's not going to do me any good.
So, Kari, do the kids go outside in this weather?
Ooh, they do. Okay. 37 miles.
That's fair,
Okay.
Shannon. That's
So
fair.
2
It
hours.
was sketchy. I'll give you that. It was sketchy.
Don't you miss rain? No, rain.
You survived, Shannon.
Shannon survived. Kari survived. We only got snowed in for 2 days.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun. I
But
love
then
good
again, if
snowing.
anything happens, Alexandra, what do you have behind your house? A hospital.
That's true.
Convenient.
What couldn't we get to? The
Yeah.
hospital, because every road in the county was closed
Oh, that's so crazy.
for 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah. I've
And
never seen that amount of snow coming down.
Yeah,
Down.
we got 2 feet of snow in
Down.
36 hours.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. That
We had a
is
great time.
crazy.
We had a great
But
time.
it was magical. You don't there is this quiet silence when it's snowing.
Hmm.
It's inexplicable. I really love winter.
It is beautiful. Mhm.
I love when people say, "Do you miss the heat?" No.
No, I wouldn't miss the heat at all either. But
I
I
like
could,
the seasons.
but I do like that you can find beauty in
Yeah.
everything, you know? That's really nice.
I kind of like to hibernate for a while too. I feel like I get into all my crafts in the winter and I do all that stuff. And then I feel lazy if I do it in the spring or summer. Like when it's nice
Oh, yeah.
outside and I'm inside like journaling or something, I'm like, I should be
Exactly.
outside. But in the winter, I don't feel guilt.
So
Yeah.
it's like, so y'all have like the opposite thing. So during the wintertime, y'all have the snow, which keeps you inside. Here in Houston or most of Texas, in the summertime, when it hits 100 degrees plus,
Yeah.
that's
you're
when
in.
we hibernate inside
Yeah,
with the air
that's
conditioning.
true.
It's
The
like
air
the
conditioning.
opposite.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So that, yeah, because it's just too damn hot to go out there. You go outside, especially in Houston, it's so humid. You go outside, you just bust out in a sweat,
Melt. Yeah.
and you're just like, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, we hibernate during the summer.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So you do the crafting in the summer?
I do it all year round,
All
but
year.
yeah, it's like, yeah. But during the summertime, I'm like, I'm inside, you know,
Let's
unless,
calm down.
yeah.
Yeah. And that now, for example, in the winter, I like to send letters and Valentine is coming. So I have like a little bit of a lineup of cards that I need to send by post about Valentine. Do you
You're
have
so
any
thoughtful.
Valentine things that you do or
No,
no?
but I do love going into the stores and seeing all the heart stuff and reds and pinks,
Yeah.
and I love Valentine's Day.
Do
I
you
think
have
it's,
any Valentine pen?
of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Valentine. I mean, they're not like. Well, I do have one that is exclusively
Oh,
a Valentine pen that I bring it out every Valentine's Day, the week of. So it's in this red case.
Oh, I need to
Like
see
that.
that.
So pretty.
Yeah, this is from Shark Craft.
Love it.
But yeah, it's a nice crocodile embossed
Hmm.
case, and so here's my Valentine's, some of my Valentine's theme.
Oh,
But this one is a Banu that came out like years ago. I don't remember exactly when, but I jumped all over and it was a limited. I got 192 out of 300.
Wow. Oh,
And
wow.
so if
that
you
looks
look,
like a strawberry milkshake.
it does. And if you look close at it, so the confetti
Ooh.
is hearts.
Hearts. Yeah.
Oh, you have it too.
Oh, you have it too. We're pen twins.
Done.
I love that because it doesn't like say Valentine's Day or have like the Cupid one
No.
is cute, but I love that is you can kind of use it all
Yeah,
year.
it's
But
so
clearly
funny
Valentine's.
because
It's
Yeah.
definitely a Valentine's pen,
I
so-
actually have number 62.
Oh wow, wow. So did yours come from Atlas? That's
No, mine
Mine came from
comes
Atlas.
from a store here in Quebec.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
this is what when this came out, I was like, oh my gosh, they're speaking
That's
my
it.
language.
Really cute.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
yeah, but this one is So
Yeah.
that's I got this knowing I was like, okay, this is definitely and it's great writing.
So
When we
just
were
so you know, Shannon is going to bug you about it until one of you sells it or she finds one, because that's what she's been doing for my Bella de Notte for months.
Oh
She
really?
actually started to refer to it as our Bella de Notte and her
Oh.
Bella de Notte
Wow.
until she ended up finding one last week.
Oh my
So
goodness.
be
That was
prepared.
gold spot, was it not?
It was a gold spot.
I
It's the
did
gold
love
spot
that. That's a Leonardo.
I love that one.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
is funny.
It's
So
beautiful.
yeah, well, Shannon, it's going to
What
take a
I
lot of money to pull this pry it out of my cold, dead
And
hands.
she's got a lot of weapons.
Yes. Yes.
Might be better
I'm
with
wearing
Gary.
I've got my knife earrings on.
Oh,
So,
I
and
have
then
woman.
my heart
Look
also
at it.
has a knife in it.
Ooh, look at you.
Isn't that
That's
so
the Wonder
cool?
Woman thingy.
Yeah.
That's cool,
So-
Kari. I'm the only one who doesn't have any
She's
weapons.
got that Amazonian princess,
Ooh, she's
Wonder
bad.
Woman.
I got a
She's
heart
badass.
here.
What do you have?
I got little earrings. They're
Little
hearts.
hearts.
Oh, the heart.
And that's gonna be, I think, my Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
pen. And I love my purples during
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
love
love that ink.
Oh,
that.
yes.
So good.
That's a nice one.
That's like an everyday, like it's so dark that you can use it
Good.
every day. It's really nice.
Yeah.
what?
And-
Yeah, that's what about you, Lori? You got your Valentine pen?
I just did a little Valentine video and I had a bunch. But I think my Hachimanjia pen is really pretty. The one that
Oh,
I
yes.
got at Stationery Fest.
Oh yeah, that's a definitely with the light
Classic.
pink.
Love.
Light
That's
pink,
really
it's
pretty and
pretty.
soft.
Oh yeah.
That was really pretty.
My Dutch pen show Sugar Rush has like a lot of pink.
Oh,
This was
yeah.
the Leonardo from the Dutch pen show. It's kind of
Yeah.
like raspberry and swirly.
It is
but also
it's
has,
kind
like,
of
has a little bit of gold in there too.
that was a beautiful pen. I wish I could have stolen from Yoast.
That was-
Maybe next
yeah,
time.
This is an old one, but I really like it. This is one of my very first pens. This is a
Visconti.
Visconti Venus.
Venus.
I got this on
Oh,
some
I
weird
remember
website called Jamar. I think it's like some gray market website that sells like watches and old discontinued. I don't even know if this is legit, but
Yeah.
it says Visconti. It's got the clip. Is this like the Rembrandt? It's not like the Van Gogh.
No, the Venus is a Venus. I mean, it's
Venus.
is it faceted?
Yes.
A little bit, but it's bigger facets. It's not like the Van Gogh. I think
It's actually really pretty.
didn't
And
pull
it's
a
a very
Van Gogh.
soft pink.
Yeah.
But I was so
Yeah.
sad. I think this was like
Not a Van
$150
Gogh.
and it just did not write out of the box. Like I was
I would've been-
devastated. I was
I
new
would've
to
been
the
so
hobby.
pissed.
I was so pissed. But Kirk Spear brought it back. I think I
Of
brought
course
this
he
to
did.
Orlando and he just tuned it. So now it's
Yeah.
great.
I would have been pissed.
I was really sad. But it's really pretty. It's a really soft pink.
It is,
And I don't
it is
take it out
lovely.
very often.
I
And I was
love
writing
that.
with it the other day. And I was
Can I
like,
point some? I see that Gail Lynn is here. I want to
Yes.
show something real
oh my
quick.
gosh.
So this is
So
something
we picked our weapons.
she's got. It's not a weapon, but you could use it as. It's actually pretty pretty substantial, actually. Probably
The
could hit
metallic
somebody.
pens.
So she has this beautiful
Oh.
Valentine's Day themed
That is just
pen
gorgeous.
rest. Holds 5 pens.
It would look
I
really
mean,
pretty.
the color is just magic.
That's perfect.
It's
Isn't
like
that
black
beautiful?
cherry. It's so pretty.
Yeah, and then I love the bottom of it has a red
Yeah,
velvet.
like
Ooh,
felt.
beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, gorgeous.
So watch on my Instagram. I made a video today for it, so I'll be
Very
feeding it
nice.
tomorrow. But
Very
yeah,
nice.
I just
So
have.
gorgeous.
I see that she's here, and I just wanted to show this off real quick.
Yeah, very nice.
But yeah, just real. Her stuff is just really nice.
Stunning.
I really like her stuff.
Wow.
I need
Yeah.
that.
Same.
Yeah,
That is so
it's
pretty.
so pretty.
Yeah,
So
what I
pretty.
I wish I
wanted
had
to
that for my
for
little
the Visconti
video with all my
lineup.
pinks.
What's it? It looks good with pink pens. Look beautiful.
Yeah.
This is another good one for Valentine's.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
It's very nice.
I don't have that one, and I really have FOMO for that.
I'm surprised,
me too.
Vanessa.
I was going to show you. I have a collection of aluminum, kind of metallic pinks,
Ooh.
and
Oh,
I have well, there are a couple of Lamis
Uh-huh.
that are special edition right
Oh,
here.
we're twins. I have that one out right here.
Is
Yeah.
that the
And
Etoya
then
one?
I have,
We're
oh
twins.
yes, and then I have this Diplomat Aero in pink.
Oh,
that
I have that too. Look, Carrie, oh, it's, I didn't put it in here, but
Yes,
I had it out earlier. We're like,
Yeah. I was
Wow.
trying to pull out all the pink pens that I have, and I have more, but I thought maybe I could create a theme with these ones.
I like the
Oh,
metallic
yeah.
vibe.
yeah, I
Mm,
like.
the
Yeah, it's
aluminum.
you've got a good theme going. The
Yeah.
beautiful metallic pens. Yes.
Anyway.
Absolutely. What about Marina, Alexandra? Y'all have any? What's your Valentine's
Marina, you want to go?
situation? Yeah, let's see.
Oh, my one and only sketch for today is about that.
Oh, I love the hearts.
I love that, Marina.
That's
Very
sweet.
nice.
And I'm gonna make more because I think that's gonna be a running theme with you guys. So I'm gonna make a post and I'm gonna share with everyone and explain that they need to use their pens, because I feel like that's the whole thing this year, right? A lot of people are like, I have so much. I should use it. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
You have to enjoy what you have.
Exactly. I wanted to use more pink inks and stuff, and because we were going to connect with you guys, I was thinking about something fast, something sketchy to do, and using inks. And I prepared this spread for you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, how pretty.
Are they cherry blossom? It almost looks like cherry blossom.
Oh,
Yes.
I see like hearts everywhere, like just beautiful red.
That's
Blotted
gorgeous,
hearts.
Kari.
And I use watercolors. Shout out to these two humans that
Too human.
He has a lot now.
now I have lost the watercolor.
Yeah. You gave me an excuse to cull my palette. While I sat on the floor and complained about culling my palette, while Shannon sat on the sofa and laughed at us.
Exactly.
Well, at some point, I
Was
got
this
a
during the
message
snow
from
in?
Alexandra.
Oh yes, this was.
I was destashing like way before. I have so much. And I was like, someone else gonna enjoy it. So I started selling off my collection, and she messages me and she's like, I don't know, how can you do that?
It's tough. It's really
So
weird
tough.
when you come to that and you're like, because I've been going through some pens and I'm thinking maybe I need to bring some of the Dromgools and kind of sell some of them, right? But it's just like, then I go through it and I go, but I really like that pen.
Yeah.
But I'll use that again eventually.
To put this in perspective,
tough.
I have nearly 1,000 pans of paint in the studio.
Wow.
And
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's a lot.
gosh.
The
So what's your
hardest
favorite
part-
brand?
Ooh.
like a handmade brand or like
Just
Big
whatever.
store-bought brand.
What do you always reach for?
I like the granulating colors Cosmic Creations has, because I've formulated 90% of them. They're all colors that I wanted, and I've gone, Laura, I would like this, please. And she's gone, great.
Nice.
Send me the
cool.
pigment info for what you've created, and then she turns it into paint for the shop.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
Big brand wise, I have found myself reaching for my Winsor & Newtons more than my Daniel Smiths recently.
Okay. That's
I'm not using my Daniel Smith colors as much.
Yeah.
It's funny how you get into that. Like my favorite, yes, I do like watercolor too. That's usually when I do illustrations, that is my preferred medium.
Ooh.
But I am a big Sennelier fan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is about the
Yeah.
texture and consistency. I just really enjoy
I like that.
using that brand, and it's
They're
just
they're
very
harder
nice.
to find. It's harder to find Sennelier on sale.
Oh yeah, it doesn't go on sale.
That's the thing. My Daniel Smith collection, I have a massive Daniel Smith collection, but my massive Daniel Smith collection is all on tubes I got for $1 or $2 at Michael's between COVID lockdown waves.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Where they just like
Wow.
dump them all into clearance, and I'd go, cool, I don't own that color yet.
Wow.
That is
And so
sweet.
my collection of like, for a long time, my palette was really random because it was whatever I could get on sale.
Yeah.
And that was
Yep.
my palette
Wow.
for professional paints.
But it doesn't really matter. Like it's how you use the medium. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can have a preferred brand, but it's how you utilize the medium and what you create with it. So, I mean, you could go get the pans at the grocery
I
store.
just got this.
Oh,
Well, those are pretty cool.
These were on Amazon, and I had a gift card from Christmas, and I've been eyeing them. And
Ah,
Atlas had them for like
that's a great palette.
$84, or Atlas had them very expensive. And then there's this store on Newbury Street called Top Drawer. They also had
Oh,
them
yeah.
very pricey. And so I'm like, let me just see. And Amazon had them. I think these were under $30, but these
Yeah.
look more opaque. Do any of you ladies have experience with these? Kari,
Oh,
do you?
so those are the Kiritake colors.
Yeah.
Those are great.
They're fun. I actually Kari took mine home with her because I don't use them as much because they don't fit into my half pan palette.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I just didn't find myself reaching for them. They do make nice colors though.
They do. Yeah. They have that one that's like a Tiffany blue color I really like.
Yeah, right
I
here.
gave that to
Really
Kari.
pretty. Yeah.
Shout out for Marina. Marina created this palette. I just want to show you because it's so amazing.
That's
Oh,
by
how
me.
cool.
Yep.
That
By
is so
the way,
cool.
This
I
is
would
my
love
Ladies
Marina.
are so talented.
Marina,
Yeah.
can you explain the pigment from the 1960s that you
Oh, 60s
palette?
pigments. They are not easy to work with, so that I'm not doing that. Kari has like the last one I made.
Should I
Wow.
be jealous here that Kari has the last one you made? Or are they like all things I have?
Probably
Uh-oh.
have like
The less
somewhere.
experience in watercolor.
It's just an odd pigment to work with. It's very hard until you start making somewhat like cooking.
Yeah.
And some ingredients I just with
But
old pigments, they've been there for a while.
Red one.
They are a little more
Oh, is
Yeah.
that from that palette, Carrie?
Yeah, the red, and I mix it up with a pink.
It's good.
Actually, Alexandra gave me like a little heart shaped
Uh-huh.
pink all together mixed up there.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, I
cool.
love it.
so the colors are good. It's just like it's very different working with old pigments compared to
Okay.
new ones.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because sometimes you just have to like redo things. You have to like you have to work with them before you actually make paint. So it's like double the work.
So how do you make them?
Yeah,
Like
how do you
what is
do
the
that?
process?
I usually just buy them. So the old ones, I think this was a lot that I won on some sort of either eBay or something. It was from an artist studio, and he had stuff from 60s and 70s.
Wow.
And so
That's
I
right up
got
Vanessa's
it. It's
alley.
like small things. That's why I can't really make a lot. And I
Yeah.
called the palette La Dolce Vita because I came from Rome at that point. And
Ah,
it
so
reminded
cool.
me, that the movie plus my own experience.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so I only made a few, and then she has
And look at the
one of them.
shape.
It's very cool. I mean, it's just like a classic artist palette.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah,
And what is the palette itself made of? Is that like
it's
is it
porcelain.
clay? It's
I
what?
work in porcelain. I work in porcelain.
Oh,
Wow.
that is so cool.
So
I
yeah.
will pull you closer.
Yeah, it was hard because I was thinking, is that like clay that was baked or? Oh,
that is the stamp.
wow. That is so cool.
Do you make your trays too? Like, where do you buy them?
Everything. I mean, like I make everything I can. So.
That's
Wow.
fascinating.
Oh,
Do
I
you-
think I have. Wait, I have one more of those. So my full set for that one was. Oh, there we go. So I repurposed old and beautiful tins, and I just like.
That is very.
wow.
Oh, I love that. That is very cool.
That's what I do. No, I just started doing it because the quality for me when I was in art school, the quality was, again, I was like in art school 20 years ago. And the quality is changed a bit and stuff gotten more expensive. So I decided, why don't I started buying from other makers, started making myself. That's how I started selling, because it's not very cost effective to be making for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out that not all brands, but some brands have up to like 40% of just like stuff in there that's not supposed to be in there.
Like fillers.
Yeah.
Kind of like filler material.
And that's kind of makes that color less saturated.
That's some bullshit. Man.
But like even in people's professional lines, they'll put things in and they won't say they've put things in.
that is not cool.
I have professional artists that sell their art for a living that buy from me because my stuff is like closer to traditional, they found.
That's very cool. Wow.
So I'm flattered, but I can't make that much, you know. So it's like there are definitely brands out there. They're extremely wonderful. There's this women own brand, Isaro, I think its name, in Brussels.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's been making stuff for like generations. I think her dad owned the business, and she's like one woman team.
Wow.
Making all the stuff.
Wow.
It's just incredible.
Wow.
And I trust her stuff. Like I trust there is no, fillers in there. But again, it's expensive.
Yeah. So what kind of fillers would they put in? These
Marble dust. Yep. It's like
so
that.
Wouldn't that make the finished
Coffee
thing
or-
like chalky looking? Like
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It's
and like-
almost like gouache, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I love gouache. I mean, gouache is probably
But
one of
it's
my
not
preferred.
watercolor.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But I do love gouache because it just I was actually trained in art school
Oh, in gouache.
20 plus years ago. Oh my God, I'm old.
But you're not. I'm older than you, so there.
Are you sure?
I am.
Because I don't think you are.
I am.
I
The
could
dancing
sure.
kids are young.
I am older than you.
I have to say that, okay, so I went to the gas station a couple days ago to get something. I'm a bad mom. I got something for my daughter,
Booze.
and I got carded.
It's that beautiful skin.
He thought I was because they have to card people that look under 40.
Yeah.
And he asked me, he goes, do you have your ID? I said, yeah. So I gave him my ID because I have to card people if they're under 40. And I go, clearly, I am not under 40. And he looked at me and he
You
goes,
just made my day.
that's what he said. He goes, oh, you're not. And because he looked at my ID and I was just like, no. And I said, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Totally.
That's awesome. You are youthful. Marina, I have a question. There is a store that actually Vanessa came to with me outside of Boston called Boston General. I'm on their site right now. They sell watercolor called Case
Oh,
from
that's
Mason
right. And it was a little pricey.
Out of
Yeah,
San
they're out of
Francisco?
San Francisco. Mhm.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, they claim they're completely handmade. I think they're good quality. I have their stuff. I do not quite believe that it's completely handmade, but I think they don't have any fillers.
No,
Honestly.
I think they use the same sort of mill system that Lighthouse
Yeah.
Coat made.
Yeah.
Like there's no way
That's the
they're
thing,
churning
yeah.
out that quantity.
That's the thing. Like there are only a couple of companies that actually have money to employ people to do this by hand,
Wow.
and it's not a lot.
Fascinated.
And
It says-
even then, depending on the pigment, like there are some pigments that take 10 or 12 hours of doing that by hand.
Yeah. Any talo color.
You mean like just grinding it with like a pestle and mortar type of situation? Like
on a glass slab, like.
Yeah. They don't like water. It's very hard to get them to, hydrophobic. That's what you call it.
I bet their hands are very strong though. Just all of it.
They also get a lot of problems like during the years you get the carpal tunnel and
I bet. Yeah.
So they say pigment mixed with watercolor binding medium made from distilled water, glycerin, honey, and gum arabic, sap from the acacia tree.
That's all standard.
I've taken their classes before. They're legit. It's just they're interesting.
They're $9.50 for
a pan.
Single pan.
Yeah.
That's not actually that expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I'll send you another good option.
I have a single half pin in my palette that I did not buy. I was sent it, but retails for $45 US.
Get the hell out of here.
I mean, that's the thing.
What color is it? Is it like ultramarine?
No, it's Yinmin. It's the
Yinmin blue.
Yinmin blue.
Oh.
I have a pan of Yinmin blue in my palette. I have a pan of Yintaco, which is the red that they discovered by accident after they discovered Yinmin.
This is so much fun. This conversation is so much fun.
People also don't realize that they discovered a green as well. I don't yet have the green.
Well,
Bailey just spent $60 for tiny six blocks.
What?
Yeah.
So is it like bragging rights to have these? Is it like having an exclusive pen? You have an exclusive ink?
So
That's a big question, Lori.
So for me, it was more.
No judgment. I love the hype.
It was not available. The only person who had it conventionally on the market was Schminke. I wasn't going to buy their tube. Laura got some of the pigment in stock and offered to send me a pan in exchange for doing a video comparing it to a bunch of other blues. I have 60 other blues in my palette, and so I did a video comparing it to every other blue I had. And in that video, I broke down like which blues, like if you're not going to spend this money on this blue, which blue will give you the closest effect to this color without spending all this money.
Yeah.
And that's what it is most of the time. Like I have a stupid palette. I'm aware that I have a stupid palette, but I've created a palette where I never have to mix. And about 90% of my palette is actually for doing videos like duping the Schminke Super Granulating series or color development, where what I need are just single pigment colors, and lots of those single pigment colors come in 6 or more color variations for the same pigment, depending on how the pigment's processed. And so suddenly then I've got 10 of the same brown, technically based on pigment number, but every one of them looks totally different.
Yeah, because of the process that they take.
But also Yinmin blue is like a very special case just because they can't produce a lot. I buy from one of the guys who actually makes it, who was at the helm of creating it. And so they can't still make a lot of it. It's like a few grams every time he makes them.
It's so
cool. That's one. And
I realized that I actually have a swatch of it. And
the second thing is,
that's nice.
Throughout the history, we as humans extremely fascinated with blue. Blue has, for us, connection with like so many, like divinity, richness, stuff like that. And that's another kind of like aspect to it.
Yeah. But blue has always been a very costly pigment because it's made out of, a lot of, in ancient times, it was made out of lapis lazuli, ground up.
Still is sometimes.
And that's expensive just to do that. So, that's just, it's crazy. But I mean, that's what, and you think of all the paintings of the Virgin Mary, they're all done in ultramarine blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
By the way, when Lori was mentioning that people will pay what money for watercolor, that's another niche you don't want to go.
I mean, I want to hear how much the set is. I think it's 65.
What? Oh my gosh!
Because it takes me so long to make it, and I have clients who are like, "You should charge more." And it's like, no one's gonna buy it. Like I'm
165.
Yeah. So
I mean, it just depends on how into the
Right.
painting you're in.
and
The
people
coffee,
are.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Could somebody host a workshop
Oh, that's
for real
so
and like
pretty.
we'll
Look
all
at
get
that.
together?
These are all the same red pigment. These are all PR 108.
Mhm.
But because
Wow.
of how they've
Different
been
sources.
processed, because of how they've been milled,
Oh,
because
okay.
of where they were harvested,
Yeah.
they look totally different.
So
Wow.
wait, hold those samples up. So the second from
They're all the same.
they're my right, but
Yeah.
that one's very like
Raspberry.
no, the
No,
other
this
one.
Yeah.
That is
There's pink in there.
Roman
Yes,
small
that.
cadmium red deep.
I mean, that is gorgeous.
I
Yeah.
love
Like
it.
I want a lipstick color out of that. Like,
I think
The
Mac
lipstick
probably makes it.
Yeah.
Mac makes every
Yeah.
lots of damn
Talking
colors.
about workshops, in the Montreal Pen Show, I am giving workshops, and one of those workshops is intuitive art, which is working with one monochromatic scene and then water. So
Ooh.
super easy
Oh.
to work. And then on top of that one is just draw something super simple according to the colors that you receive in that water mix.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds cool.
I like that. I love
Very cool.
monochromatic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did you
I'm
also
actually.
that there's no stationery fest this year? Did you see the
know, I
announcement
saw.
today?
Well,
I was
you know what? But there's
I
a
was
little
expecting
craft
that.
fest, little craft fair in Houston
I
at the
know.
end of April, which
Oh.
is kind of like a stationary fest.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think
If
this is
you
the
want
first
to
time they're
learn
doing it.
more about pigment, Lori, I have like 24 videos on my channel. If you scroll back pre-fountain pen stuff or pre as much fountain pen stuff, like watercolor stuff happens when it's warm and not as gross outside. Then we go back into
Not this
watercolor stuff.
gross.
Not as steamy.
It's like I don't want to spend hours painting when it's like I want to be able to paint outside. I
Well,
don't
and be comfortable and not like shivering
Well,
from the cold,
so-
right?
because of chemo, I can't sweat and I can't shiver.
Oh,
So
okay.
if I go out, I'm not allowed outside.
Huh.
If it's too hot, I'm not allowed outside. If it's too cold, I'm not allowed outside.
Oh my gosh, that's like impossible.
How does your body
How do you,
feel?
how do you?
Oh, like I like when I get too hot, like I don't notice until I get heat stroke. The first year we didn't know that I couldn't sweat. I got heat stroke 3 times, and 2 of those times were inside.
No.
Wow.
Interesting.
Like, and because I don't shiver, like if I get cold, I have a heated blanket and a heated mattress pad. We refer to it as the panini press.
I was gonna say it sounds like a sandwich.
Yeah. And it will take a hot shower or hot bath and like 8 hours to warm up. And so I just don't go outside. I live inside. And then I exist while it's like, 10 to 20 degrees outside, and then I'm back to existing inside.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, Alex.
Did you have chemo? So are we coming? I think we're coming up on like 6 years.
Wow.
Okay.
But chemo that affects your brainstem is an interesting thing, and it does screwy things to your brain.
Yeah.
Imagine.
You're
But
doing
you're
amazing.
here. You are here.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
That's it. Yeah.
So,
Now I make a whole lot of content on pens and have very expensive hobbies.
That-
There you go.
that happens.
I think the
That
best thing
happens.
is being able to turn a hobby into
Yeah.
something
Passion.
that
Yeah.
is
Something.
built.
Yeah. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then another thing that we have with Alexandra is this kind of a outing. We went with our friend Shannon, and I wish one day you can do this trip up north,
I would come up north.
Toronto, Canada, anywhere in Canada is up north.
Quebec is closed for no, Montreal goes straight up.
Montreal, okay.
Right
So
above
you're
May.
close to
Yeah.
We got Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
All the guys go to
That's
Canada
north.
for their bachelor parties. That's where Jay went for his bachelor party because we were like 22 years old and his brother was his best man and he was only 19, so he couldn't get into any of the bars. So they went to Montreal and then like Anthony was a
at
baby.
18 you can drink.
Yeah, so that's where all the guys go for their bachelor parties around here.
Don't do it in the winter. But honestly, like pen night here is so much, or pen weekend here is so much fun. We have a great time.
I bet.
I was
That's
thinking,
cool.
there is a friend of mine that always say, we should do this journaling retreat. We should get together a weekend, rent a cottage. I don't know, Vermont. I am saying Vermont because it's kind of close to Montreal, and it's just
That would work for me.
Now, would you be opposed to coming to Napa for that?
Napa.
Do that.
Oh yeah, she's like,
I would go to Napa
she's
just
clear
to drink
across the
wine.
country.
I don't even need pens.
And the whole weekend devoted to show and tell pens and write.
Do you know the medical coverage I would have to convince my team to do to let me fly to California?
Oh my gosh.
We can go to like San Francisco where it doesn't get too cold or too hot.
But like convincing them
That's
to let me go to Chicago was fine. It's an hour and a half flight home if something were to go wrong.
Yeah.
Well, all right, then we'll go a little closer. You know, it's funny just listening to this conversation because, oh gosh, it must be 20 years now. I was a creative memories consultant, and we used to do scrapbook retreats constantly. I used to host workshops on a monthly basis, and people would just bring all their scrapbook supplies, all their, and then we would go away for the weekend, and then we would do the conventions, which I think in today's modern way is like the planner conferences, which scare me a little bit. But it was wonderful, and people would just sit, and we would like bring all of our memories and our pictures, and then we would scrapbook like literally till like 3 a.m, and we would go out and eat and we'd drink, and it was so much fun. And it sounds like this, but it's been decades. I mean, Anthony was a baby when I got into that, and he's 26. It's been a really long time, but this is what it reminds me of.
So ours had far more napping and quiet time. At about like 3 o'clock, we'd all go.
We'll siesta.
Nap breaks.
We were like an hour and a half. Corey watched a soap opera. Shannon and I napped. We all met up again at 5. It was great.
That's great.
That's hilarious. It's like, okay, guys, I'm spent. I gotta take a nap.
Basically, welcome to my life.
They kept feeding you bacon.
That would have kept me
That's
there.
all it takes, Shannon, is just feed you bacon.
That is basically what I learned, is that all I had to do was feed Shannon bacon and pancakes, and she had no intention of leaving.
Hey man, I'm down with that too. Bacon and pancakes, that's some good stuff.
Sounds
so
good.
And mushroom risotto. We had a great weekend.
That sounds like it.
It sounds so nice.
What it was funny, it was mentioned, we need a nap. I'm tired. And so, I can do quiet time. Let's watch the novela. And I'm like, with my tablet.
Is it the Spanish or the Italian soap opera?
Telenovela.
I'm watching the K-dramas. So I'm obsessed with K-dramas. And that was what I was watching.
Korean dramas.
Korean.
Who's Mrs. Rose?
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Rose.
I'll give you one guess, Vanessa.
It's your mom?
Yeah.
I love that. She's like, by the way.
Mushroom risotto. Sign me up.
Yes, my mother, who made mushroom risotto.
And lots of bacon.
And lots of bacon and pancakes, and greatly enjoyed getting to play with everyone else's pens.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well,
it was a great time.
I got all the ingredients to do that risotto, and I have the recipe now. I haven't done it.
Well, what's wrong with you?
Yum.
What are you
I
waiting
know.
for?
So good.
It's time.
It is
Right?
Mixing not the watercolor, but mixing the rice.
Can be two things.
Different ingredients.
Yeah. Shannon wants to know if you'll all come to Chicago, please.
Oh,
Yes.
man. Gosh,
I don't know.
I haven't been to Chicago in like since
I am going.
boot camp.
Yeah, I haven't been since I was 20.
Yeah, I was 20
ago.
when I was
I
there.
remember, so I used to sing in the choir, and so everyone was 21 and over, and I was like one of the few who was like was 20. And it was my first overseas trip too, because I'm from Europe. It was first American trip for me, and I was shocked because I was not allowed into a jazz club. I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone went there, and I was like, "What?"
Such a
And I
stupid
went to
rule.
mini golfing thing.
Oh.
So it was shocking. It's just shocking when you're like allowed to do these things since
Yeah.
you're like 18,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Absolutely. It's funny. I said to Rocco, "So are you drinking like a ton in Spain?" And he's like, "I'm drinking more frequently, but I'm not drinking as much." And I said, "That makes sense because they binge drink here because they're
Yeah.
underage and they're trying to like
Right.
do it in a
Mhm.
certain amount of time, or they pregame because they go to a house
Right.
party because they can't go to bars, and then they just." And he's like, "Yeah, it's just
Right.
not a big deal. So yeah, like I'll have a couple drinks, but then you can just drink anywhere." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense to me.
Karin, that's
The Europeans, they got it going on.
Yeah, I
different
know.
way-
I've been. It's like it's also a family thing. I feel like it's also something about trust. I feel like for me at least, it's
Trust.
yeah, it's like my
Yeah.
mom is like, "You want to try champagne?" And I was like 14. I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
It was gross.
When you were young. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Like,
you
her
like
whole spiel was like, if I'm gonna let her try, she's not gonna be interested. When it's like 15, 16, and kids are like, "Oh, let's have beer," something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So that's also, I feel like that kind of primed me to like taking it easy and not
Mhm.
really be into it when I was 18.
Yeah.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
so bad drinking
Reverse
back in my
psychology.
country. I never drank back in my country, and I moved to Canada, and it was every party, you need to have a drink, and everybody was cheering, and I'm like, okay, I'm really bad drinker. I cannot handle any alcohol.
We've
And
heard.
started like little by little, like, oh,
You
okay,
built up your tolerance.
I am not good with alcohol.
My
either.
theory is in the cold weather. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to fool
Yeah.
around and you're going to drink. No.
Well, listen, I will repeat the story. I went to the to Chicago Pen Show, and they have this whiskey tasting.
So
whiskey.
That's the one I heard about.
Mom is signed up for that. I bought Mom's ticket last night for the pen show, and
Okay.
I'm like, "Do you want to do the whiskey tasting?" And she went, "Why would I not?"
Hell yeah.
That would be fun.
I need
Miss
you and
Rose.
Claire to go so that she knows people.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. It's a nice
Yeah.
way to get to meet people.
I was with Claire, and Claire was like, "Oh, so good." By the third drink, I was knocked down already.
I'm not a whiskey drinker.
Enough.
Mm-mm.
I'm so bad.
Mom, I'm signed up.
Last thing I've
Yeah.
heard, Kari, someone offered to pay for you, so you
Claire,
can partake in that.
Claire,
Claire has offered to pay for Kari to go and do it again. And really, I think Kari and Mom and Claire should go and do it. And I
Claire-
think Shannon and I should go and hang out. And
Yeah, you know what
snacks.
Claire wants to see me get drunk. That's
Why?
That's exactly
Why?
it.
Why does she want to see
Finding
it?
you funny.
Because
That's
it was
Very good
entertaining
fun.
last year, Vanessa. That's why Claire wants to see it again.
Whiskey Kari.
no.
Whiskey guy.
Whiskey
Unleash.
Kari. No, the worst thing is that we had the Philippine show, and there was Shelby that brought this fire whiskey. I don't know what is the name of that whiskey with these little bottles from the grocery store. I don't know. And he started giving all those bottles, and everybody cinnamon whiskey. I don't know what's the name of that.
Fireball? That's not whiskey,
Fireball.
is it?
Oh, maybe Fireball. Yeah.
Is Fireball whiskey?
Yeah, Fireball. I don't know. It's
I can get the expert in here, my daughter. She
The
can-
kids love Fireball.
alcohol.
Exactly what.
So everybody was like Fireball happy.
Singing
And then
Pitbull.
he gives me
Dun,
one.
dun, dun,
I
dun,
did. He took a picture
Fireball.
of me trying the first sip of Fireball, and my face going like, it's horrible.
Your cheeks.
It sounds like
No,
we need
it
to
was
have a
like
drink with
All
you,
this
Kari.
fire coming really slowly.
Oof. Brutal.
Brutal.
But here we go. Norman says, "Do you give away things from your collection when you're a drunk, Carrie?"
Oh.
No, I am
You just start
cautious.
handing stuff out.
Ask her to bring her Valentine Banu
No,
and then give her whiskey.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shannon, there's your plan.
There's your in, Shannon.
You're welcome.
There it is.
Yeah.
So Alex, great. Fireball is the candy of whiskeys.
It is whiskey though.
I didn't realize it was whiskey. I mean, I'm familiar with it because, you know,
Oh,
what teenager isn't familiar with
I don't know.
Fireball?
Yeah.
So you're talking to somebody that went from being underage to kidney failure from
I
sepsis
want it.
to being meds they could never drink on. And
Oh,
so
Shannon
I've
was-
never touched alcohol in my life. I've
Yeah.
never, like,
That's good.
there was no appeal.
Right.
Well,
There's
you're
no
probably, well, you're
incentive.
probably better off not
Yeah.
not
And
having done that.
So to answer
Yeah.
this question, am I doing the tasting? No.
It'd be a negative.
It would be a negative. I will be eating snacks with couture pens because my mother has promised me my first trip to Trader Joe's.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm a
good.
snack-based
Hey,
life
man,
form.
snacks are good too. I love snacks.
So post cancer, I'm a snack-based life form.
Trader Joe's
I
has
just
some good
sort of
snacks.
snack all day long, and we don't have Trader Joe's in Canada.
Wow.
Hey
Yeah.
man, we have one. It's like a 45-minute drive for us to go to
Ooh.
Trader Joe's. It's a drive, but we go every once in a while. And they have some.
Yeah, they're good.
They got some snacks. I like my
Trader
snacks.
Joe's right on Boylston Street. It's like now in Boston. It's a few blocks from us. It's
Oh, that's
a
nice.
treat. It's a
It
treat.
was nice.
I need a list of people's favorite snacks so that I have somewhere to start.
Oh.
I'm like they have some really good biscotti. I like to have that with like tea.
Oh,
It's very good. Yeah,
Or
it's
the
like
bucket
dipping
of like the chocolate
that's
cats, like the
biscotti.
Yeah, it's
chocolate
like-
cookies.
It's like
Now
no,
you're
it's kind of
speaking my
it's like
language. Anything
tra-
chocolate.
I know I'm a chocoholic too. I could totally yes. I'm
Oh.
all about the chocolate.
Welcome
this-
to this club.
But there's a
Do we
biscotti
need
Trader
chocolate? We
Joe's
need
has.
watercolors.
Yes,
And
chocolate
It's all coming
watercolors.
together.
Yes,
Chocolate.
yes.
And anyone who watched on Saturday is going, they haven't brought up Costco yet.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
was
did
watch
thinking
that.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
had
Costco.
no
That's
idea.
like that's a place you can't walk out of without spending a couple $100.
Oh,
It's
I had no
ridiculous.
idea that Canada has Costco. I was like, not only Canada, Japan has Costco, and
Do
Spain
they?
has Costco.
Yes. So, Vanessa, now you have to go back and watch because at one point, Wendy is reading out the list of everywhere in the world that you can use your Costco memberships because Costco memberships are international. If you have a Costco card for one
shit. I
country,
didn't
you
know
have a
that.
Costco card for every
Yeah.
country.
Well, if I
They
ever
take
make
it
it
to
to
the world.
Japan, if they have a Costco in Japan,
They do.
I'm in.
So on that one, my
Let's
guess
go
is by
to
the
Japan.
U.S. Army.
I want to
base.
go to Japan. Seriously,
I
like
wanna
that's
go to
that's
Japan.
my
Speaking of
bucket
Japan,
list.
I have
Yeah,
a pen thing.
let's go.
I know Shannon's in the chat because Shannon wants to get the anniversary pen for Ancora.
Mm.
Yeah.
And my husband's going to be there the first week of March. So I reached out to the store, Shannon, and it looks like it's a March 26th
Ooh.
release
Ooh.
date because I know she's really excited about it. I don't know that I'll get it because because it's right in Ginza. It's close to Itoya. So it's like a quick walk. So I was like, I would really love the anniversary, but she was everybody in Japan's so polite. They write back like immediately. They have such manners. And
Nice.
yeah, she's like, unfortunately, it won't be available until the 26th. And she said, I think she said 11 a.m. Japan time. It goes live.
Oh.
Well,
Wow.
Shannon's now freaking out in the chat.
Yeah.
Calm
So-
down.
You're so funny.
Gosh.
How many texts do we think I'll get over the next month about this pen?
A
Too
lot.
many.
Too many.
Do we
She
know
did
the
not
color?
say the color. She did not.
Mm.
No, I don't think.
But they do have like the ruby, the birthstone pens, but I don't think I loved the ruby.
Yeah.
didn't love
So
it.
did anyone see yesterday? I think it was Pen Chalet posted the supposed Pelican color of the year.
Yes, I did see
I
that.
didn't see that.
I like
Mhm.
it.
It's
Like an
apricot.
apricot.
It's apricot. How do we feel about apricot?
I don't like it. I'm
I
really
don't
not
like it
into
either.
I just, I mean, I think I scrolled past it, so I was just like,
I
eh.
didn't hate it. because I felt like it was kind of earthy looking. So I feel like it would work.
See, if it doesn't have color and pop, then it doesn't get my attention. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Well, I got the pink
whatever.
one at Pelican. They had one from last year left over from Pelican Hub from a couple and this year was the golden lapis, the blue and gold, which is
I
pretty.
mean, that
It
was
is
pretty too.
It was pretty, but I don't do a lot of blue. So
I love
like it
blue.
in jam, not in a pen. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking it might be okay. I'm curious to see it. Oh yeah, I thought it was pretty. I think as a practical matter, I would use that ink more than I would use a like a blue or a pink or some of the previous.
Really? See, I tend to go with a lot of different shades of blue. I like, I like blues and stuff.
I think purple is my favorite ink color, and I can go from the lighter to the very, very rich and dark purple.
Yeah.
I think purple goes great with any writing.
I love the dusty
purple. Yeah. Purple.
Yeah. And bluish purple even better, I think.
Yeah.
I find that would you say that this is like a bluish purple?
Yeah.
I feel like there's blue in here.
Yeah, it's like a blurple.
It's a blurple. When I was going, because this I put in with my Valentine pens, I'm like, I think this is like a blurple.
Oh, I have another one too.
That's like
I finally
true
got
blue.
my Zodiac pen.
This one is
Oh, that's pretty.
That's a Cancer model, right?
Yeah,
I
that's the
love-
one he had for I think Christmas.
Oh,
but
I love
for
that.
me, it's very right now. So
That's really pretty.
and I think he still has a couple of them. It's very fun. I like it.
I think they're on the shop because I was looking at. I wanted to see how similar the new one was to the Esterbrook punch.
Oh,
And apparently they are very similar. It's just a slightly lighter resin than the punch was.
I did bring the punch out for a Valentine's Day pen.
ooh,
pretty.
SD
Oh,
This
yes.
is pretty. I'm back on the apricot.
Oh, did you find
Oh, really?
Well,
It's interesting.
did anybody ever watch New Girl with Zoe Deschanel?
Yeah.
Wasn't
No, I
that
never
their
got
safe
into
word
it.
when she goes to the guy? She's like, apricots. Do you remember that scene?
That was
I did
I
not
think it's
think
gonna be
about
good.
that, but yeah.
It's a little like cinnamony.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good color.
You can all
That's
send me-
very good or
So
not.
next year when you go to Pelican Hub, you can send me your apricot ink that you get for free.
Okay.
What I need a bottle of the pink because I have the pink pen, but I don't have the pink ink.
Oh,
yeah,
let
I
me send you
wouldn't
some.
mind having the pink ink too.
I cannot find a ink to match this pen. I have tried so many pinks in this pen, and I cannot find one I like.
Alex,
So-
I'll have to send you. I'm terrible. I feel like I ship for a living, and then when I ship for friends,
Well,
it's
so-
awful.
So the thing is, I'm using Couture. I'm using Shannon's PO box right now. I'm just like stashing stuff there for Chicago,
Oh,
so no one
okay.
has to pay international shipping.
I could probably ship it there then. Yeah, they had extra bottles from previous years. So Wolf Kate Witch, Kate and I were both there. So we got this year's ink and then last year's too.
Oh wow.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, okay.
The rose quartz is
Yes.
Yeah, rose
I think
quartz.
that's what it is.
that one.
You know, now that I'm saying that, I should have sampled that for my Valentine video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a
Way to go,
bluish-
Lori. You totally missed out on that opportunity.
I haven't published it yet, so I can still put it
Jeez.
out.
Yeah,
There's another good Valentine pen.
Oh yes,
Oh,
Laban.
that's- yeah,
love,
that's a nice one.
love. Yeah, the Laban.
Oh,
And I even go
I
ahead.
don't have this pen. Does anyone? I don't see a reason you couldn't if you didn't shake it up. Does anyone have a reason you couldn't?
No, I think that's common practice if somebody doesn't
Yeah.
want the shimmer to just,
just
let
don't
it
shake
settle
it,
at the
yeah.
bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah. And just make sure your nib doesn't touch the bottom because it's an
Right.
extra
Yeah.
fine.
I'm
Yeah.
not like I'm. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I'm really not into shimmer inks because they're a bitch to clean.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
kind of
they
are.
are.
Bailey, I think Pelican Hub's open in June,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
So the golden lapis, you have to shake it very, very well. I had the mistake to fill it in at the beginning without shaking it enough, and I clogged one pen.
I clogged my pen too. I used my M200, that my friend Olga gave to me.
Yeah.
It's not golden lapis. What is that? Golden beryl.
Yeah.
Golden barrel.
And it was a broad nib, and I put the golden lapis in there thinking this is beautiful because it's kind of like transparent with the gold, and it clogged it.
Oh.
And I haven't used that ink
See, that's
since.
another thing I don't like about the shimmer. Is that situation.
I don't know that fountain pens really made for shimmer. I mean,
Right.
they weren't.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
that's what I just use my dip pens for that.
But also, like, I'm gonna still put shimmer ink in my pens unless they
see
clog.
me and Arc Boy 2011. Shimmer inks with dip pens, or that's exactly how I am. I don't really
I
ink
think it's
mine.
personal, but same.
Yeah, I just get a nice dip pen and use it for that.
It's even
I have enough pens that I don't mind putting shimmer in certain pens. This pen, this Vacfill pen is underrated. This is the Rainbow Ras from Narwhal.
Oh, Rainbow Ras.
$50
Oh,
pen.
I love that pen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was
That's a
so
good
sad
one.
they didn't do a second release of that pen.
Yeah.
But you know what, Alexandra? Didn't they do like a Pride one? Or I don't know if it was
They
Pride.
did.
I think they did.
Somebody did one. It looked super similar to this.
They did, except it was cartridge converter.
Oh, is that the only difference?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was less sparkly.
Yeah.
Those were the two differences.
Oh, okay.
Somebody has just asked if I own pink ink.
Okay.
You do.
You do.
I mean, shit, look at that. It's like a
Not
bouquet.
one of those matched that pen?
The sample.
You couldn't match that pen to any of that?
I have tried 6 or 7 of these in that pen. And they are not, none of them are the perfect match for it.
Well, have you thought about just like putting a complementary color instead into that pen?
I have.
Like
I
a
think
nice
this
minty
pink's
green.
hard
But
to
like
match.
that seems less fun.
I know it's like the you're on a mission. I actually wonder if that pelican pink would look good in here.
Yeah. I'm going to bring you samples of the pink quartz.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it. By the way, let me shout out to Wendy. She did a workshop at Philippine Show, and we did this craft.
Wendy Sue? Hi, Wendy
Yes,
Sue.
Wendy Sue.
Wendy
Very
Sue.
fun.
Wendy Sue, who also like
What a great idea.
It's a pen cleaner.
What a great idea.
To
Hi,
clean your
Wendy.
pen. You want to clean the Urushi pen. Wait. And you clean the Urushi pen.
Oh, well, that's
So
nice.
So I have a question
How-
for you, Kari, about your pens.
all the pens are around here.
So Kari, if people don't know, so Kari does these jobs for Tata from time to time. And so she's collecting enough credit to buy that one pen. Which one
That's
are you
nice.
buying?
That's a good deal.
I actually receive it.
Ooh.
You got it?
Oh
my God.
Pretty.
1 second.
This one is the Palisade.
It sounds like Alexandra's got to collect herself.
I'm making it big.
Wow.
No,
Oh,
I just wanted to see it bigger.
Kari, that's gorgeous. It reminds me a little bit of the
Shiny.
which Visconti, the twisted Visconti.
Yeah,
with
it
the
does look kind of like
Divinity.
that. The Divina.
Divina.
Yeah, that's true.
This one has a gold nib, and it's a music nib.
Oh,
Wow.
the music nibs.
That is
awesome.
a beautiful blue.
So this one has a mix of a Raiden there. So there are, it's very, very well done. So there are some, it closes all the time perfectly well. So it's fantastically well aligned. This one is Palisade, which is another brand that Tasha have. And this is a
That is sexy.
yes,
Schmexy.
like mirrors.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So finally here, I'm really happy about it.
Yeah.
And now I have 2 Urushi pens.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
So
great.
for that second one, Kari, did you have to like
Oh,
work
the
2
second
pen
one
shows?
Yeah. So the second one is this one.
That's the one you got in New York.
Yeah, that's the one I got in New York. Yes.
I like your Urushi pens compared to my Urushi Sport.
Oh,
Like the different ends of the price scale.
oh,
Is that the woman who does them? Who paints all the Cavecos?
So this is one from Aijing, who's a Canadian.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She
That's
does some
fun.
really cool single pigment traveler or single ink traveler cover paintings.
Wow.
And she is or has been in Japan taking another Urushi class, and then this was from her, I think, second release.
ooh, very nice.
Cool.
But it's totally different price scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the
Well,
way,
still, it's
Jean,
very
Gotta
special.
pay for them classes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Video.
It's like, yeah.
Jean is organizing the Montreal Pen Show. So she's
Yes.
one of the organizers for the Montreal Pen Show.
Yep.
And
And
So cool.
Fountain Pendulum is saving me
Yeah.
by having her handle because
by the way, I do have another Urushi, but this one is a Makie Japanese Kuretake pen.
Oh,
That's pretty.
okay.
And this one it's not as expensive as the Namiki or anything. They are slightly smaller, but these ones are brush pens.
Ooh.
So they have a different tip. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Wow.
So this one is a Fudenosuke kind of a brush.
What did you say? Fuke Manokasuke. What was that?
Fudenosuke is the type
Fude,
of,
yeah.
and it has a cartridge, so you can ink. And
That's beautiful. Do you do your drawings with that, Kari?
yeah, I do.
Sorry.
I use that one for my comic book. Let me show you what I did with that one.
What did I do with my?
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
That one I did with that brush pen.
Oh,
Very cool. That is very cool.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. And then
Kari is like always drawing.
Yeah. Like I need to draw more like Curry. That's very cool.
That is
this
magnificent.
one is done all with shimmer inks, which
Wow.
is crazy.
There you go. You can
That's a good way to use them. Fantastic. How long would that take you, Kari?
Oh, about half an hour, maybe.
Wow,
wow, now you're
Yeah.
quick.
that's
I
impressive.
am really fast. Yes. Before I used to be slower.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
that was
because-
the exact
yeah.
purpose of like our little 5-minute sketch. That's
Exactly.
helps.
What I do fast is the line drawing. I like that. Line drawing I can do fast, but then the painting it takes more because you have to let it dry in between layers.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
Yeah. And
People
it's
use fans.
ink.
I see people just like
Yeah,
doing this.
that's use a fan or a hair dryer. Yeah.
Why don't we do? I always need I need a push. It's like I won't go to the gym unless my friend shows up at the door, and then I'll go and have a good time.
Yeah.
Can we do some sort of like an art club or because we were supposed to bring something creative, and Vanessa did.
I brought myself.
Yes.
Vanessa is the artist, the only one that went to study art in this
That's
group.
not true.
Marina
Marina
did.
studied art.
Oh, you did, Marina?
I did 3.5 years, and then I decided not to go on to the
Okay.
further.
Yeah.
Marina.
Right.
So
Maybe we
Vanessa
can have like a
did
sketch of
much
the
more
week
than I
or
did, so-
something that we keep like a little notebook, and Kari gives us instructions.
And how about we meet? Like, do this as a regular meetup?
Like
Sure.
a little virtual.
Yeah.
Pretend I'm at one of your workshops.
Yes, I wasn't an instructor. I was an art history instructor though.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what my area right now is art history. That's my day job.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
pretty
don't know.
cool.
Maybe if you tell me that.
although I am pretty cool. So
Yeah. If anybody's interested in having this workshop, let me know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you gave us like
Okay.
a prompt or something like that, and then
Yeah.
like a deadline, and we can't overthink it, or we can zoom.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like I need like a little push because I love when I get in the zone and I just don't do it.
Push.
Oh no, this way.
Yeah, it's like I had to think about it first. I was like, opposite way.
Yeah, so having something hanging off the side, like knowing which side things are on my desk makes it so much easier.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah. Have any of you ever heard of Sketch School on YouTube? It's an older gentleman who does like sketch
No.
prompts. He's good.
that sounds cool.
Oh,
He has like a whole curriculum. His wife was sick. I think his wife passed away young and he was like grieving and he kind of turned to sketching. I think that's the background.
yeah.
And now he's got, 200,000 followers on YouTube
Wow.
and he does all these fun things and he's an older guy and it's just all about, like draw what you're having for breakfast or he has like
Oh,
different
I love that.
different exercises and he'll tell you to draw different things during the day or he'll say something like just keep a notebook and draw one subject but draw it in different ways every day, like a dog a day or something like that, whatever
That's
it is.
cool.
But it's cool. Or he does like when
That's
you
cool.
put the pen down and you don't raise the pen, you just do the whole drawing without taking the pen off the page.
Yeah.
He does fun stuff like that. I enjoy his stuff. I just
I
saw
love
him.
that. I really
Does
love
not
that.
deadline get you
I-
anxious? No, I like deadline. I need a little fire under my ass
Yeah.
and then I'll do
No,
it.
for me, when
Yeah.
I started
So
doing
light that
this
fire.
again,
yeah.
I took a class in Rome, and so I went to college pretty late in life. I was 25, and so I had like a whole different career. And then I went to college to Rome, and I restarted kind of with art classes.
Hmm. would
And I
love
didn't
that.
tell them I've done art before because everyone was at such different levels. Like you just did this art class for like, whatever your elective. And the class I took was the most fascinating for me because it taught me to kind of sketch on the go. Sketchbook of Rome is the name of it. And you just like buy a simple sketchbook, just pencils, and you go to museums with our instructor or whatever, and just like sit on the streets and do this kind of time yourself and sketch. And
That's
then
cool.
just come back the next day if you have to and finish it, but it has to be this specific amount of time.
Live.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
That is
And the
cool.
longer you do it, like the more your eye is able to catch these
Yeah.
little things. So it's kind of like a mental exercise.
I
And
also
it's great.
struggle a little bit being on the go. You know how there's kind of that whole
Right.
idea like, oh, I'm going to go to a cafe and I'll bring my pens and I'll bring everything and I'll get my coffee. And I feel like I'm focused so much on everything wanting to feel aesthetic and nice that I forget why I'm there, And then I'll take a few pictures of my pens and I'm like, no, like I just kind of need to get into the zone. I don't need it to be pretty. So I find that sometimes I'll take pictures when I'm out and then I'll go home in my comfort zone, like I'll be on the couch or something, and then I can dig in. But I have a hard time doing it on the go.
Live.
I
Yeah.
almost never paint not at home. Like I will take pictures and paint in the studio, but like I know at this point, like I don't enjoy painting not in the studio.
I'm finding that I don't enjoy, like I feel like I'm trying to force myself, like I'll pack stuff
Outside.
and I'll go out there and then I get a little bit flustered and I've watched so many videos on like what to pack, like, and even Vanessa, you bring like your little
the mini
things and you're really good on the go.
Also,
And then
where
I
is that
find
damn thing?
I spend so much time getting ready for it. And
Yeah,
then I just
everything
like,
I need is right here.
yeah.
That's so fantastic. Yes.
Yeah. So you could just store it in your bag and wherever you're at.
I'm better off with just like a traveler's notebook and one black pen like that.
Well, and
Yeah.
well, here's
Less
the
is
thing.
more.
Like, don't try to make it aesthetic. Make your worst work.
Yeah.
Make shitty drawings
Yep.
And just do it.
and just
Yeah.
do it.
do
Like
it.
who cares?
Liz,
Oh
that's
my
a great
gosh!
idea.
Shut up!
A randomizer for art prompts and gives herself 30 to 60 minutes to draw.
That's
it. I love
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will also add to that if you don't want to set yourself a time limit, but you need something to get yourself out of your own head, these are my two favorite tools. They
What is
are
that?
Japanese watercolor palette books from the 1920s and 1930s
Oh,
that were re-released in the mid-2010s. They're still
Okay.
available on Amazon. But they are these really weird color palettes. That
I
are-
love that.
And there are several paint your styles that I've done where I've randomly pulled one of these color palettes and the color palette looks nothing like what the piece should look like. And you somehow end up with a piece that looks the way it should. Like
That's cool.
color reference books are some of the most essential things I find
Mm.
Yeah.
because they can just get you out of your own head.
Because it gives you the
it's just-
frame.
yeah,
It just
it's
gives you
cool.
boundaries in a sense.
Yeah.
but then
It
if-
just says you don't have to follow the rules.
Yeah.
There's no need to follow the rules.
I'm
Yeah.
not a rule follower. It's not
Yeah.
that. I just think I'm more in my head. I just don't know where to start sometimes.
Yeah.
So what
Just
did I
start by
use?
drawing the thing of salt on the table.
Yeah.
There's-
You know, just
I don't even think
follow-
I'm a terrible drawer. It's just more like making the time for it in finishing pieces. I find like I'll do the sketch part, the pen and ink, and then maybe I'll do like a wash in back, like some color to make it pop, and then that's it.
Yeah. Alexandra, I'm really interested in that book that you just showed. You gotta send me a link to that or something.
The only link I have is for Amazon.ca, so I'm just
That's fine.
I'm-
I'll figure it out.
So
Yeah,
Alexandra, so
probably
it gives
same
you
code.
the color palette, and then
That's
but
what
then
I
do
like.
you have to have that
that's
specific
cool.
ink,
no. So
or you could just get something close to it.
you can
Let
get
me
something
color-
close to
let
it.
me write
So
that down.
here's a random palette, and it gives you. I don't know.
I just like that. It's unusual
Like-
color juxtapositions.
And
Mhm.
so
It's
this
great.
one is a light pink, sulfur yellow, olive, and a different pink.
Yeah.
They have trio palettes.
Ooh.
Like it's just great. And then there's a second book, which I use less often, but it then breaks down the color palettes, how they were used in media.
Oh,
That's awesome. See, that
very
speaks to
cool.
the graphic
I like that
designer
one.
And
here.
I use these all the time. I
That's awesome.
got them on a whim because I saw them in somebody's video. They were sort of bashing them because they weren't like a traditional color palette method. But I was looking at them in this video and going, "Oh, this is what I need. Like I need something where I can randomly flip through and pull a palette every once in a while."
Yeah.
And I use them all the time because there's a great palette for nature.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
Look
Exactly.
at those graphics. The
Yeah.
graphics are gorgeous. Like the
Yeah.
I
So
love that.
volume 2 has graphics, and then volume 1 is just hundreds of color palettes.
I'm gonna
So
go
I'm
find
seeing,
those
Vanessa,
books.
they're like only $17 online.
Sweet.
That I'm trying to
You
see.
know
They're
what I
also
find? It's so inspiring too because when you have already the palette done and you explore with only those colors, I think it's so fantastic.
Yeah.
because I think sometimes like
I
got
get
into-
overwhelmed with
like
all
the-
this amount of colors.
Exactly. It's like I loved this idea, and then I had friends send me palettes, and then I ordered a couple palettes, and I just got that other one, and now I'm already overwhelmed. So that would be a really nice exercise, and just like focus on these
Right.
colors,
Yeah.
and
So
yeah.
the best
Yeah,
thing I ever
definitely.
did when I got that overwhelmed feeling is swatch each color individually, not like as a set, but so that they're their own tile, like how I have my watercolor stuff.
Mhm.
So that when you're building something like that or you're creating a piece, you're not trying to pull from like a complete palette.
This is for
You're
you,
trying to
Bailey.
pull from what you have.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Like,
Bailey, that's a travel palette.
Oh yeah, art
Oh.
toolkit.
Look at that little guy. Look at that. Isn't it
Yeah.
cute? Don't
Yeah, I
you just
have
want to
some-
kiss him?
So cute.
all my travel
Vanessa,
palettes.
I love it.
Draw
So
lumpy
that's a good
toe
traveler's.
beans.
Yeah, this is my travel kit for watercolor. And
Looks like how
inside,
cute.
I have this little palette. You saw this one, huh?
Oh yes, from Blue Stars. Is that from
Yellow.
Yep,
Amarillo.
that's really cool.
Amarillo.
Oh, that's so pretty, Marina.
Oh wow.
But I
And
have
you made all those?
not by me. I made these like the little things.
Oh,
This is by a friend of mine. So she only makes, that type of stuff that is kind of very gouache looking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
cool.
kind of, I just I have them all together because like that's weird, but it works.
If it works for you, then that's awesome.
Yep.
So inspiring. Okay, we should get those.
yeah, the mini palettes are important.
Yeah.
And
That
that
a
mini
water
palette-
brush.
yeah, The water brush. I was going
Water
to
brush.
show you the
I
water
love
brush.
water brushes.
I have a
do
mini
enjoy
water
that.
brush.
I do. Which one is it? So the one I have, let me get it out.
Actually,
mine's a
it has
Pentel.
water because I was using it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Alexandra, would
this
you
one's
say volume
is it
1
like-
or 2?
Is this the same?
I have both.
No, it's not the same.
If you
Okay.
want, if you want to see them with the like color palettes,
It's a
get
French
two.
brand.
Like how they were used in media, get 2. But if you want to just see color palettes, get 1. I use 1 way more than I use 2. Because I find seeing how they were used in media less helpful than just seeing the colors.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I would like the visual to go with it.
Yeah, like I like the visual, but most of the time, like when I'm doing it, I'm trying, like I've already got the image that I need to paint or want to paint. Like it was for Paint Your Style that I was using them a lot.
Mhm.
And so it was just like, oh, I'm stuck for colors. Let's pick something random.
I see.
Yeah.
So you, okay.
Yeah.
So you had your image already.
I
and
had
you
the
just
image
wanted-
already.
You
I
just
just-
wanted to drop this color combo with it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just wanted to really like, in a way, it like makes your brain work a lot harder. Like I think I did one of, I'll see if I can find the reference for it at some point, and if I can, I'll post it on my Instagram stories after this. It was like a woodland forest Paint Your Style, and I ended up getting like a purple that Kari now has, a like greenish blue.
Wants it back.
No, it's fine. I apparently had 2 pans of the same color, Marina. There was a problem.
Yeah.
Like
By the way,
There was a problem.
I did
Mm.
when I was at there. We were like with Sheila. We were trying to use those palettes that I got from Alexandra, and I was like, let me pull these colors. I already got all those little pans from Alexandra, and we did this. And Sheila also has.
So
Oh,
pretty.
cool.
Oh, I love. Look at the sky.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah,
sky
that's
actually
really
has shimmering watercolor.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Gorgeous.
Anyways,
That's beautiful.
that's what we did there. But
Can't
what
believe it, but people are still here. I was like, we're gonna lose them at water.
I know. I'm
That's what-
fading.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That like this is starting to get into my bedtime territory.
Yeah, and you're an hour behind me.
I know. That's what I'm
The
usually. I'm
But
usually in
this
bed by
conversation
10.
is really fun. We
the
should
fact
just.
that you haven't had dinner yet is
I haven't had.
that's
Yeah.
so crazy.
That's right.
No,
I
me
have to
neither.
say thank you guys, all of you, and thank you the Juicy Broads for coming.
Surprise.
Thank you for
Yes.
having us. I always love these conversations.
Yes.
This
I
side.
do too. It's great.
I love hearing about watercolors, and you are all experts in the field, and it's really fun to hear.
Well, it's
I am-
nice
I am-
to all
I
the
have not even scratched
creatives.
the surface.
I just like all the creative talk, to be honest with you. It's just
Yeah.
Bailey just finished dinner. Oh, I hope you feel good about yourself. Rubbing that in. I'm really hungry.
So, Kari,
did
if
you
you
have?
would in the morning, just message us, maybe do like a little group chat and just tell me to draw something.
Yes, totally.
create a prompt list.
Creative prompts. Who wants to connect?
Yep.
Oh,
Well, because like Claire does, like there's that pen challenge all the time.
yeah. I
I've
should
never
actually
gotten
go
into those.
live in my YouTube and do that.
Yeah.
And
That would be
put this
awesome.
challenge out
The
there.
people that do the pen
Yes.
challenge every day, like Claire, are so impressive to me. I do not have. I gotta
Somebody wants
admit,
to see Lumpy's toe beads. I just think that's
yeah.
funny.
I bulk film all the tiny trees in a day. Like it doesn't work otherwise. Like I don't get the people that can do those creative writing prompts every day. Like that's
Yeah,
Not
but then
every day,
again,
but if
you
we
release-
did one once a week, I would love it.
You release a lot of videos today, and I feel like a lot of people don't do that too. So
Yeah.
yes. Most people aren't releasing 1 to 2 shorts a day.
You put out all those videos. I work full time, so it's kind of hard to keep up with the social media that you have, guys.
I think it's one or the
all
other,
of you are
honestly.
amazing.
I think it's hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like I'm terrible on Instagram, but like I feel
Same.
like I keep up. I would, essentially
too.
3 YouTube channels between Juicy Broads and Time with Tata and Lori's Boston Found. And Lori's Boston Found is kind of like my day job at this point. And so that's where I have like deadlines and sponsorships, and it's great. Like I'm very grateful to be there, but at the same time, it takes away from the creativity in those videos because, you know, there's a certain view that you're supposed to get, like a view count, and you know that these sponsors are counting on you to click, and you want to do a good mention, and so it's almost like the video becomes second to making sure the sponsorship is good. And I don't have that on Time with Tata. So Time with Tata is just more creative for me, but I just have a lot less time to spend on that channel.
There's a way to negotiate your pen sponsorships that don't involve people demanding a minimum view count. I will say that.
Yeah, but you know, I feel like with a lot of the pen content, it's so many people are willing to work for free for pens.
Yeah.
And so that just dilutes what creators can sometimes get from a money standpoint, you know, like the person who kind of advocates for me for Lori's Boston Found, like when she talks to brands, she's like, Lori doesn't work for product. And I'm like, depends on the product. I'll take that.
Hemingway's now here. Yay!
Hey, what's up?
Do you want to
Mr.
join
Jones?
the conversation? I know you have opinions on it.
Unsponsored content. Yes.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah.
So I think I admire the freedom that some people, and I do have that freedom with Time with Tata. I can say whatever I want, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I can on Lori's Boston Found too. I mean, the mentions are like 90 seconds, and sometimes, and most of the time, you know, it's HelloFresh. It's not even talking about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But it's still hours of the day that go into it. You know?
Yeah.
It's a good way also for you to keep up with this business, you know, the branding of your of what you do, you know. Like you started with the Lost and Found. When did you start that channel?
It was 6 years in January.
6 years. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a career.
Well, it's great. I'm happy with it, but that career is the margins are getting smaller and smaller on reselling, and it's getting harder. So I'm trying to branch out a little bit into more lifestyle stuff to keep the channel going and still, you know, keep the interest. You know, like we had like a thrifted birthday party, which was really fun, and that reached a different audience than the typical thrift content. You know.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a really cool concept.
Well, I had a Christmas video of the kids opening up. I do a big thrift bag from Savers. Did you watch it? I've done it 3 years in a row where I just give my kids thrifted bags.
I watched it this year because you told me that you did that with your kids. And I was like, this is such a great idea.
And the funny thing is, so this year's video, I mean, on Lori's Boston Found, I've done like 670 videos about that. And that video from Christmas is my second most viewed of all time.
Whoa.
Wow.
And I laughed because I wasn't in it. I'm like, it was just my kids. It was like a 7-minute unedited video of my kids just opening their Christmas thrift bags. And it's all their personalities. You know, Rocco's a wise ass through the whole thing. And Anthony's like so grateful for everything. And you can really tell their personalities through it. But so I'm like, well, maybe this would be a kind of a fun thing that I'm not like going out and thrifting a bunch of stuff and taking it home. I could like do like gift packages for people that are all thrifted. So I did like a follow-up video with my girlfriend for her birthday.
That's so cool.
It was fun. But yeah, it's you know, you're always trying to be creative. And you guys are putting it into your artwork, which is so nice.
Yeah, artwork. Yeah. Sometimes I don't put a lot of social media because I'm sitting and painting. And that brings me, I don't know, peace to my busy schedule and the stress of teaching, you know?
You are busy. I can't believe the art that you put out with your schedule.
Yeah. I think I prioritize art over social media or the videos. I do post some videos, but reels in Instagram, but I could post more. Maybe if I open the camera and I film what I'm doing.
Yeah, you should do that.
I should do that.
You totally should.
Yeah. Vanessa's the master.
Yeah, why not?
Because
Let's
Vanessa
do
will
it.
do like a still, then she'll do a reel, then she'll
Yeah.
do like,
Then I
it
do
amazes
stories.
me.
Yeah, it
If it
does.
weren't
They're
for
all
Vanessa, I would
related.
have no content on my Instagram. I just share Vanessa's stuff.
Same.
Honestly, if it wasn't for other people tagging me and stuff, there'd be nothing other than tiny trees on my page for like 3
Your
months.
tiny trees are really cute
Because
though.
all I've done is tiny. Like, that isn't all I've done. Like, I've done stuff for YouTube. I'm filming stuff for YouTube memberships because I told people I'd launch my Atlas class from last summer online, and I'm finally doing it.
I'm proud of you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yes.
And which also now means like all of the in-person classes I have will slowly move to being online classes, which is great.
Yeah, and you can develop your curriculum in person and see what people respond to, and then put it online.
Underestimated the amount of like compared to filming a pen video, it takes so much longer.
I think that sometimes, like with the thrifting, like I'm at the thrift store thrifting, and then I come home and I do the haul, and then I have to research the items and see what I bought them for, what I can sell them for, what the margins are, like, and then voiceovers. It's so much work, and then I'll come home and I'll just I'll take a pen and I'll draw. And I'm like, this is awesome. It's so like my pen videos are much faster, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I told people the first series would be up the end of February, knowing that it was going to take me so much time to get it done.
Yeah.
Because this is like what you're going to charge for. This is a class.
So this is YouTube memberships.
Yeah.
There are people signed up for this level so far, and there is no content there.
Oh,
People signed up for it before I'd even made the launch video on it. Actually, Marina was on the phone with me when I realized, like, oh fuck, I have to make a launch video, because I'd sort of like quietly launched it and went, until somebody finds it, I'm just gonna like start making content for it, but I'm not gonna talk about it. And then somebody found it and signed up for it, and it was like, oh,
that might be the push that you need, Alexandra.
Maybe
I have to make a video for that. Like, I have to make an introduction video for like the fact I've changed memberships.
Yeah.
Because now people have signed up for the change.
Oh,
wow.
But that's so amazing.
That's cool though.
Good. The
new career.
The need is there. Yeah, it is hard to find time to be creative. I agree. It's, you want to balance it all, and you want to stand out in a certain way, and then I think sometimes we're hard on ourselves, like I was apologizing for the lighting in my condo because I'm just using my iPhone and not using the camera that I showed you today, Vanessa. Like I've been filming so much in Boston and I love it, but then I'm like, yeah, but it's not the audio isn't the same, and the lighting is different, and I just like have my creature comforts.
Yeah.
Like even last night's show, here I am here, like with all of my pen stuff, and I lugged everything downstairs to my office because that's where I shoot all my live when I do whatnot for my clothing. I cleared off the entire rack with hangers and clothing behind me just because that's where I'm used to standing, which is ridiculous. But like you just get into comfort zones, and I'm like, well, no, I know this works, so I'm going to do it this here,
Yeah,
totally.
It's good to push yourself, but anyways.
Any final words before we end off? And we'll end up scheduling one of these again because people seem to like them, and we always have to
schedule another one. I wouldn't be sad if it was during the day. I don't know. Oh no, Kari can't do it.
Kari can't.
Maybe on the weekend.
Yeah, I'll text you, Lori.
I was gonna say
there is something coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something coming up. There's something in the works.
I like lives during the day. Vanessa and I, like very early on, we're like, I know we would probably get more views in the evening, but this is what works for us and for our families.
Yeah.
So I do feel
I can definitely do days, but
but no, we need Kari here.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Thank you.
But Kari is sort of essential.
Do you have
maybe you have a half day of
sort of
school
essential, not
I do have, actually Fridays I work from home. So that's the day.
Oh, okay.
I could take my break And
Or
feel-
Kari, why don't you broadcast from the car on your 2-hour commute home? 2 birds.
No, guys, let's
There you
talk
go.
about my drive.
And she's like cussing at people.
Let's
on the
let's
road.
make eye
listen to
contact
Kari
with the
swear in
screen.
French and see if
Swearing
the YouTube censors care if it's in a different
Yeah.
language.
Oh, fun. That would
And
be
I can
fun.
swear in many languages.
I know you can.
All right, my loves. I have to go to bed.
That's what
That's fair.
I've got to go.
I
I've
do
got to
too.
go.
Vanessa's
almost
blood
10:30
sugar is
here.
really low.
I can feel it, man. I'm like
Thank
dozing
you,
off.
everybody in the chat, for being here.
Yes.
Yeah,
thank
thanks for
you.
showing up, all of y'all.
All right.
y'all.
All right. Bye.
Stay juicy,
Bye.
bitches.
Stay juicy, bitches.